year, but we had this really good sort of game to play.
What is it?
It was a fun kind of game. Casey interviewed all of us and asked us questions.
Oh, yeah?
And then we were going to guess at the results, but maybe I'll save it for tomorrow.
Yeah?
You know, it was kind of hard for me. You know, he gave us a little questionnaire, and it was kind of hard for me to hand it back to him.
I know. It would have been better if it was someone else.
Yeah.
Well, it was really, one of the questions they asked you to vote on, who do you think is the most stupid out of our little group? And I wrote KC because the question was, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. He writes me a question, he goes, who do you think is the most patient? So I answered that. Then it goes, the next question is, who do you think is the least most patient?
And Casey wrote it.
Yeah, I go, Casey, don't you know it's least patient, not least most patient?
And then the question comes up, who's the dumbest?
Yeah, and I went, who am I going to vote for?
The important thing is that you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay, my grammar wasn't perfect.
Oh, please. Neither was your spelling of the word patient. You spelled patent.
I ran it through spell check.
No, he is.
Patent is a word.
One of the questions is who has the most patents here.
Yeah.
That would be Fred, I believe. He patented a cure for AIDS.
The laugh machine.
Yeah. Are we going to do this quick now?
I'll do a couple if you want.
Give me 3, and then we'll do the rest tomorrow, because Dave doesn't look like a fun guy for party games.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, you don't look like you enjoy that kind of stuff.
I've got the weird rep. He's a weird,
difficult,
weird genius.
What do you got there? Go ahead.
Okay, after like a peer review, there was 8 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Howard, Robin, Fred, Gary, John, Artie, Casey, and Benji.
And those are the only people who could vote.
Right.
Okay.
8 people.
Go ahead.
Right. Who's the smartest?
Right. I would imagine, hands down, I almost said Robin, but because she got a nursing degree, but I had to go with Fred based on Fred's money.
Yeah, I had to go with Fred myself.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine it. Did you vote for Fred?
Absolutely.
So who won? Fred.
Huge,
Fred.
It was
so
a landslide.
Yeah, but Benji actually voted for himself. He was the smartest.
Yeah. That's funny. That's
But you know what? I bet Benji wrote Benji for every cover.
No, he didn't. He was very straight and all.
Was he?
Who else thought Fred wasn't the smartest? The other one was, somebody said Robin.
Who said that?
I said Robin.
Oh, Fred didn't want to. Oh, Fred, you're such a pussy. You can vote for yourself.
I went with the nursing degree. That's much more impressive.
It was a toss-up for me between Robin and Fred. I thought about it for a little while.
I feel honored.
Yeah, but I give Robin a thought, and then I went to Fred. I did. You were the first thought.
That was until Dave got in the room. I would have voted for Dave too.
Thank you. Am I now in the running?
Genius.
Dave lost Sarah Silverman. He's not that smart.
I've been marginalized.
Go ahead.
All right, who's the dumbest?
I said Casey. Based on
that had to be another list.
Who was the least most patient?
Did anybody not vote for you?
Yeah, there was one person that did.
You?
No, I was being quite honest with this thing, and I work with some people that are very smart, and I'm not afraid to tell you that they're very smart.
Who said you're not the dumbest?
Artie left it blank.
He wouldn't write it in.
Oh, no, I wrote something.
Oh, no, Artie wrote that he was the dumbest.
Yeah. Because I understood all of Casey's questions.
Right, go ahead.
Okay. Who is the most patient?
I'm trying to remember who I voted for. I think I voted for, I know who I voted for. I voted for Fred.
Really?
So did I.
And I'll tell you why.
I almost voted for Fred.
I'll tell you why I voted for Fred. Because you'll see Fred, go down to the production studio and stand there for hours and explain stuff over and over again. He appears to not have anywhere to go.
Oh.
But you know what?
You know what I mean? He's just a patient guy.
I thought of Fred.
It's annoying.
I thought of Fred, and Fred will wait, but he does become impatient, but he'll still wait. I think I voted for Artie. Artie's like a pretty patient.
But Artie doesn't do anying.
No,
Artie's a slacker.
What am I waiting for?
Far the most patient.
Really?
I think Fred. Who won? What did you vote for, Rob?
I voted for myself.
Oh, my God.
I knew you'd object to that.
Where's my car?
I knew you'd object to that.
Oh, my God.
She left me once here because I took a minute too long.
Zip off in that car, you.
John,
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm sure it was a minute, John.
Sorry, Dave. The focus isn't on you.
I know what happened here.
What happened? It was going well.
Tore my heart apart, and now you just leave me like a retard.
Dave's like, other chicks have left me. Let's talk about it. There was one
Talk about the girl you banged in Pittsburgh.
That girl, eh? I saw that girl, Dave. Well,
was she bad?
For the record, you know what? Let me.
She came backstage and took her clothes off in front of all of us.
Oh, my God.
Is that the chick? That's the chick.
Is that true?
She's hot.
She is
She was?
hot. No, her privates were like indented.
That is so...
Well, he's got a very...
We couldn't find them out. Oh, she got naked. They disappeared.
I had sex with this woman.
What?
All right? I'm not saying I did.
You denying this?
She named you on the list of comics.
Me?
Yeah, she's a comic groupie.
This chick is like a comic groupie.
God,
she works at...
Way to make me feel small.
She was going to bang Melrose.
She was going to bang Melrose Larry King?
Yeah, she banged the whole UCB.
What happened when you banged her? Was she good?
I really, it's a blur. I'll tell you with my, the drinking and all, and my learning not to remember when I leave a town.
How did you find out that Dave had
She
it?
came backstage to me and Artie.
So she said to you, hey, you can bang me because Dave did?
No, Artie and I had spoken for, so we couldn't do anything.
Why am I
But she
being a gentleman, not saying all these things when these women are out there?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
I didn't say anything. John brought it up.
What the...
Well,
what I am being Mr., Belvedere about it.
You have a steady girlfriend? All right, this is years ago.
No, but, every time you get the word out, it always throws off the,
So what happened?
going on.
The groupie came back. None of you guys banged her. Melrose didn't bang her?
Melrose, when she went up to him to, take care of him, he said, I'm not paying for anything.
Yeah. Howard, first of all, to say backstage, it's not backstage. This joint in Pittsburgh, it's a little office they put us in.
Was this the Motor Lodge out on 92?
Where'd you take her to bang her,
It's our
Dave?
special place.
Like, what do you do? Do you take her to a motor lodge, or what do you do?
Well,
what's the move?
What do I do?
Yeah. And, how do you get rid of her?
I introduced it to my friend Jaeger shots, and then usually Jaeger is like a little hot tub in your mouth. It's so romantic.
Right.
But, no, she's a fun girl. She loves comedy. I know that.
She does, yeah.
She gave us the list, which I won't say of the other comics.
No, her dream is to go back in time and bang Mark Twain.
But what do you mean her private parts were indented?
Alright, you remember what I'm talking about.
I got to say that when she lists the other comics she dated, without naming names, it doesn't make her more attractive.
Oh.
Did she have her pubic hair shaved into a ha formation?
The Comedy Central logo. What do you, all right, so you saw an attractive girl. What the hell?
Or he was drunk.
But do you stay with her a couple of days? Would you go see her again, or is it just
Absolutely. No, I talk to her all the time.
Oh, you do?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
This was actually you're talking 9 months ago, man.
Yeah, man, that's ancient history.
Yeah, so, it's like,
Does it turn you off, though, that she's with other comics?
Well, it's nothing I'm not used to. She's a really nice girl, and actually, she comes up to New York, and people, she always hangs out at the Comedy Cellar. So everybody, knows her and everything. So it's not like I'm the bad guy.
But Dave, was that it for you?
I didn't say you were.
Was that it for you? When she comes up to New York, you see her again?
No, well, we talk on the... No, it's not that kind of thing.
He's never going to see her now.
Well, actually, she'd want it more now.
Oh, she'll be into this. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She craves attention.
Should you bring her with you the next time you appear here?
Can I bring someone else up? She's a nice girl. Should I bring the eye candy or what?
John is missing a very important element of this story.
Yeah, go ahead.
This gig you're talking about is over a year ago.
Yes.
She told us a bunch of comics she banged.
Yes.
We said, is there any comic you want to bang? She said, Dave Attell.
Right, so
she
I flew down.
hadn't been with him yet.
Right. So you flew out.
I flew out.
Right. She hadn't been with him yet. She said, I want to be with Dave Attell.
Oh.
And I guess Dave finished the deal.
No, I actually told the girl, this is not the right thing to do, blah, blah, blah. Get used to a lot of cigarettes on the floor.
Where do you take a girl like this?
Weird.
What do you take her back to your room, you bang her?
You take her to the Hooters, you show her all the...
But when this chick does...
Why don't you tell me what you did with her? Did you do it right in the club? Or?
Actually, no. That would have been at the Jared Wilson benefit. But, for a good cause, you get emotional.
Howard, it's got to be a good move, because this joint, you stay at a hotel 40 minutes from the club. And there's a shuttle van that has to take you there. It's like a $30 a night room. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I checked out of that hotel, and I said, I'm moving downtown. I'll pay for it myself.
Right. That's what you have to do here. You have to pay for it yourself to stay in a nice place.
Yeah, they keep you in like a safe house, like way away from all the action of Pittsburgh.
Right.
Yeah. Sucks.
So you possibly couldn't have a good time.
They keep you away from Joe's Crab Shack and the happy hour over there.
So
you get lonely on the road. That was my first day out.
Right. And you were weak.
I was weak.
So she must have stalked you then, because...
Yeah, it was a little bit of that, but she's a very nice girl, all right? She is, because I have been stalked, and that's nothing like that. So.
You were stalked?
Yeah.
Congratulations. By a guy or a girl?
A woman, I think.
Wow, so that's fantastic.
Who's an agent?
Sarah Silverman? No, all right.
When this chick from Pittsburgh does Letterman, will you send her flowers?
Exactly.
John, go ahead.
Hey, I had a question for Dave there. I watch his show all the time. It's great.
Thank you, man.
And about Sarah Silverman.
No, of course.
when she was on the Howard show, she was mentioning that she was really small in the crotch area, that she was really tiny down there. Is that
true? That she's really what?
Small in her crotch.
Yeah,
does that matter for a woman?
Somehow it was a big deal with her.
She said that her vag was very small and that it feels like anal. Is that true?
Answer Butthead's question.
Show me a Jewish girl who'll do anal, and I'll book her in my special
She has a funny bit about anal in her act.
What is it?
I don't even know if I could... It's funny. She talks about like how there couldn't be a Jewish porn star, like a female porn star, because it's just... Then she starts yelling out, I can't say the word, but F my tuchus. She starts screaming it out, and it's just very funny, but you got to hear her do it.
Does that bit come with a pickle?
Yes.
It's a little too kosher. I'm not going to say anything. She's a beautiful girl from head to toe. And
leave it alone.
That's all I'll say.
All right.
Back to the skank and Pittsburgh. Talk about meat lips. I want to tell you this girl.
So anyway, Dave. By the way, Dave is going to be, if any girls want to go meet him, at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio tomorrow through Sunday. He will have sex with you. For more information, go to davidtell.com.
Dave sells out everywhere. I mean,
I do.
He draws.
Are you referring to the fact that he'll just bang anything? He's a sellout?
No. He
sells out and whores out his audience?
No. He has a lot of people come to the show.
You guys also, man. You guys sell out when you do your thing. Yeah, you must get a lot of women coming up to you guys. I know you're all married and hooked up and all that stuff, but you know,
a lot of women. What are you talking about?
We turned that girl down that you had,
right?
So she went with another one of the comics that were with us.
What?
And
tell me it wasn't a guitar act.
Almost.
On a very special cranky anchor. Get off my stink. Something. Click. Well, that's...
Hey, what were we talking about Dr. Phil during the commercial?
You were saying that the book company that I guess he does books.
Oh, yeah.
Put out his 5th book.
He's put out his 5th book. This guy...
He just got here.
You know how Rush Limbaugh kind of rapes his audience? He sells them neckties. He sells them all kinds of newsletters. And like the guy just can't sit still for a minute. He's got to keep making money hand over fist. Dr. Phil's another guy I think thinks it's going to end in a week. You know, it's just not going to last.
Well, he knows it's a joke.
He's got 5 books, and then he says on the show, hey, if you don't think you're getting enough from the show, you can get my newsletter, so you can get more of me.
He's got Dr. Phil updates and more information. And
yeah, we must know what he's doing at every moment of the day.
Get more of my enormous head.
Wasn't Rush Limbaugh at one point, wasn't he selling ties as well?
Yeah, ties, neckties.
Radios. You had a special radio to get your Rush Limbaugh.
A special Rush Limbaugh radio so you can tape the show while you listen to him. Like, gee, nobody thought of that.
Well, that's a comic move. After the gig, sell a little. Do you guys sell stuff like T-shirts and buttons?
You don't do that, do you?
No, I don't.
Please don't.
I'm all about the
Jackie
poon.
used to do that.
When I get off.
Yeah, you just do the poon tank.
Jackie used to sell it on the stage. He would.
That drove me crazy. I used to say, dude, you're making a good living. Stop selling trinkets to the, tchotchkes to the audience.
It's like a flea market.
Howard,
and he didn't understand what I meant. I just said, it's not cool. It's like when the people sober up the next day and they pay $20 for a coffee mug.
Yeah, when they're breaking that coffee mug.
Howard.
Hey, I was drunk last night. I bought 2 coffee mugs for $40. I got fleeced.
I got to tell you, I worked with a comic about 15 years ago, and the last 20 minutes of his bit is he takes these fake eyes, little plastic things that probably cost about 20 cents each, and puts them over his eyes, and the whole bit is based on these eyes. He sells the eyes for $5 a pair after the show, and people were jammed to buy them. They got caught up in the whole eye thing.
Wow. It's like an infomercial.
It's a guy named Vic Dunlop.
Yeah, that's right.
And he does this eyeball thing, and they're like little plastic things you put over your eyes.
I loved him on Make Me Laugh.
Artie once gave me great advice.
MML. I loved him.
He actually gave me, because I worked with him, I was emceeing, he gave me a pair of the eyes.
That's excellent.
You say you really got depressed when Make Me Laugh went off the air, and that Crank Anchors now makes you happy.
Well, no, I never got a chance to be the host of Make Me Laugh. Think of all the great hosts they've had.
Who'd they have on that?
Well, who was the original guy who died of, what's his name? Do you know his name?
Don't know.
Bert Convy?
Convy?
Make Me Laugh?
No, I don't know.
He had, like, brain cancer.
I know.
That was Bert Convy.
That was Bert Convy?
Yeah, Bert Convy.
All right, then Ken Ober, Mark Cohen. I mean, I was next up on the tilt.
Right, yeah.
Bang.
Cancel the show. Do one more of the list.
Okay. Who is the least patient?
The least patient, I put me.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I win that?
The least patient, everybody put you up.
The least most patient.
The least most patient is you, 7 out of 8, and Artie left it blank.
Left it blank?
I didn't leave it blank. I answered everything.
You're right.
What is going on with you and Artie?
Yeah, no. Who is the least most patient? This one's blank.
Least most patient.
I thought you couldn't make up your mind or something.
No.
Kind of benign questions, though.
I thought I answered every question.
Oh, yeah, no. So Howard, you won that one.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Who has the thinnest skin?
Who has the thinnest skin? I think I wrote...
right.
I know.
You're thinking now, I would think Fred.
I think I wrote Fred.
I wrote Fred.
But I don't think I wrote that. What did I write?
John.
Oh, Stuttering John. Yeah, I wrote John.
Yeah, everybody pretty much picked John.
Really?
Yeah, I wrote Stuttering. Yeah, last night when I was answering it, I was like...
Because I picked you.
I picked John because I was like, John just can't take any bit of joking or anything.
He can give it, though.
He's
But
sensitive.
neither can Fred.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough one. What did you vote for, Fred? Robin?
I voted for Fred.
I voted for Fred, but I was thinking about John. But
It was between the two of them.
Who did you put, Artie? John?
I'm pretty sure I put John.
I must have put John then.
Yeah.
Benji, you put John?
I definitely
Fred, yeah.
About the...
John.
And what was the other one? Who's got the thickest skin?
Who's got the thickest skin?
I put that Gary.
I put Gary.
Yeah.
I put Gary.
Gary voted for himself.
I put Benji.
No, Gary.
I put Gary.
Yeah.
Gary takes so much crap, and like everyone's baba-booing him, and he just doesn't care. He's secure.
Right off his back. He doesn't care.
He's secure.
I'm not that secure.
Yeah.
No, you are.
I was telling
You
the guys,
handle it.
You know what really gets to me lately? And my shrink once said to me, all the joking, making fun of you, does it ever get to you? And the only time it gets to me is I get up in the morning, I drive here, I get to my desk, and I start going through the voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
You ugly, guinea, bastard, fat piece of crap, Howard would never have you, And it's just... it's like punch after punch after punch.
It was like a job.
But you know how to handle it. In other words, if it's getting to you, you seem to put it in the right perspective. So you have the thickest skin.
Yeah.
And literally, you have the thickest skin. You have that thick Italian skin. Thick lips.
How thick it is?
Thick lips and teeth, you bastard.
You got that eye tie skin.
There's one that I know that I won unanimously.
Go ahead. Let's keep going.
I know which one that is.
What else you got?
Who's got the biggest ego?
Who did I write?
It was close for me.
I might have put me.
I think I voted for you.
Yeah.
It was you, but John was a close second for me.
Get out of here.
I guess I put me. Did I write me?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Well, John's a good answer, too.
I never thought of that. John is a good answer.
It's a toss-up. But everybody went with Howard.
Yeah. Well.
Everything's a toss-up.
No, it's not.
No. Robin, you can go for the biggest ego.
No,
I don't think Robin's got a big ego because
not at all.
Robin doesn't get freaked out when I get a lot of the spotlight and everything. Right? You know what I mean?
I could care less.
Yeah, she's not that freaked out by it.
Benji voted for Robin.
You handle things well, my love.
Benji voted for me?
Yeah, Benji voted for Robin.
What is he thinking? Nothing, obviously.
Who else?
Okay, who's got the lowest self-esteem?
Oh, that's me right here.
Dave, you were in part of this.
Oh, I know what I voted for.
What did I vote for?
Lowest self-esteem, I put, I don't even, who did I write? Do you remember?
I forget.
You went with Artie.
Me too.
Yeah.
Really?
Artie, yeah.
Really?
He hides behind that happy-go-lucky.
Well, because I thought Artie's like was a cocaine addict. He still has an alcohol problem. He gambles. Like, there's got to be some problem there.
I don't think he has an alcohol problem.
I think I might have voted for Benji for this.
I banged Artie in, where was that, Phoenix?
Yeah, that
was a weird... Sometimes that happens, too, on the road, people.
I went to a meeting after that.
I put you because you always say that you're ugly, you're fat.
I probably would be the right answer, but...
Yeah, but, Artie sometimes...
No, I think that there are people who beat you in terms of the low self-esteem.
Yeah, but Artie doesn't care.
Yeah,
Artie
like
still
who?
eats.
I think Benji has very low self-esteem.
I don't. I think he should.
He doesn't.
She apparently thinks he... It drives me crazy that he doesn't have low self-esteem. He's fat, he's got big bug eyes, and he thinks he's hot.
But that's why.
He's got a small penis, and he's pulling his pants off.
He's lying to you.
Balding.
Yeah, no one with low self-esteem gets naked in 3 seconds, Robin.
No, he's completely delusional. I'd vote for.
See, Artie doesn't recognize how funny he is, and sometimes he undervalues himself. And, Artie's a really funny guy.
Yeah,
Artie does have low self-esteem.
He does.
Why is it, Artie?
But he doesn't stop eating from it.
Look, John,
I don't know. I don't know why.
Do you have low self-esteem, you think?
Yes, I do.
You know what? I think because remember, if you invite Artie somewhere, how he thanks you many too many
I know, it's
times.
weird. And then sometimes any guy who sits out at the Hard Rock Hotel in full clothing in a 90-degree day has low self-esteem.
Oh, that's a guy with a gambling
completely
problem.
covered.
Artie, you got to stop drinking, but not till after my rap party, all right?
I'm coming,
I need some heavy juices in there.
I'll be there, buddy.
When's the rap party?
It's coming up on Tuesday.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Really? I'm going.
Right after that.
What time?
Let's see. We should go from about 10 till whenever.
Yeah,
but,
I can't go.
Do you want to go?
Can you do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
I could do it then. We're
Please.
do best of one-person shows. You can come down.
Love that.
About my time in the Scouts if you want.
Are you bringing a girl from Pittsburgh?
I'm bringing the girl from
I'll go to that.
Pittsburgh. The twins out of Atlanta.
What do you got there, Casey? Anything else?
Yeah, this one's a no-brainer, but who's the most talkative?
Yeah.
I wrote Robin.
No. Gary.
I had a choice between Robin and Gary. I had it narrowed down to you two, and I went with Robin.
It's Gary.
Wow. I hear Robin in the halls.
Get out of
I
here.
hear you talking up. Yesterday you woke me up.
Loud.
You are loud.
I'm never talking, though. I
Right, Casey?
leave.
Yeah. I was sitting back there. I'm in a nap, maybe 10 minutes.
Because I woke you up yesterday.
All of a sudden, you caught me on the wrong day. All of a sudden, I hear, and it went,
I was in a hurry.
am I on the air?
And I didn't talk a lot. I just got a T-shirt and left.
You were 2 blocks away from me. I thought you were right in the room.
But they didn't ask who was the loudest.
Right. No, but you also like to talk a lot.
I don't.
You do. You don't know yourself.
Yeah, Robin,
Gary talks.
Gary's right up there with you.
We were debating. Have you ever had hearing? Did you check? Because you.
No, I know I'm very loud.
Yeah, I mean,
some guy in Roosevelt once said to me, black people are very loud. And I said, why is that?
I don't know that that's my problem.
I said, where's the stereotype from? I go, I don't get that. And he goes, because we like to shout down when people fight with us. We shout.
That could be it.
I said, you're going to tell me that? There's a black guy telling me it.
Well, there's always a stereotype that black people are loud at the movies. That's like the big stereotype.
Yeah, but...
Look, all I know is this, that once somebody came to pick me up at the airport when we had all been somewhere.
Right.
And they said they didn't have to look for any of us. We're all very loud.
All right. Well, all right. So Gary won most talkative?
Oh yeah, by a landslide. Yeah. 7 out of 8 people.
Yeah, I was the one voted for Robin.
I voted for myself.
Yeah, we're going to go with
when I come in.
stereotypes. Italians tend to be loud, too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Who's the least talkative?
Jews are very quiet. Yeah, go ahead. What?
Who's the least talkative? That's easy.
Fred.
The least talkative was Fred. Did we all vote for Fred?
Yeah, Fred got 4, I got 3.
You got 3?
I voted for Casey, because Casey doesn't talk.
Ah, Fred.
Yeah.
I voted for myself.
Did I vote for Fred?
You did. Right. Okay. Who is the most angry?
I don't know.
Think about this.
I think I voted for me. Did I vote for me?
Yeah, you did.
Is that like physically angry? Or
I voted for KC.
I think I voted for Casey.
Casey's a better vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you win?
That one, yeah.
Is that kind of coke binge, push a stripper out a window angry?
It was kind of like, you know what, I'm not sure if I'm gay or straight. I'm going to beat everyone up until I figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of angry.
I have that
Okay.
Who doesn't?
All right, one last one.
Who is the happiest on the show?
Who did I write? I don't even remember.
That was
You
a
said
tough
Robin was.
one.
I said Robin.
Really?
I think I voted for Did I vote for myself?
Robin hasn't screwed her life up. I mean, for a while she was angry, but now she seems to be on the right
Yeah, I
track.
realized I had it all going on.
You really did do a turnaround.
Robin wrote Robin and crossed it off and then put Fred.
Ah, that's right, because then I thought Fred's very happy.
No, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is.
He's Fred, okay? There's nothing to be happy about.
That's all right.
Fred might be happy. I don't know. You would never know.
Casey, who did I vote for? I can't remember.
Well, you voted for yourself.
Oh, Jesus. Because I know the next question. I voted for Gary. Who's the least happy?
Well, Gary won the happiest.
He did?
He did?
Yeah, most people thought that he was happiest.
Wow.
Gary?
Game-face.
The guy who gets headaches and bleeding noses and smokes like a fiend?
He's never in a bad mood.
Oh, dude.
He's always like...
Dude, complaining about the situation?
I don't complain about the situation. You complain about the situation.
Robin got a couple.
See, I voted for Rob.
I voted for Robin.
John got 1 and Fred got 1.
No, I voted for myself.
I voted for Fred.
Notice I didn't get any.
You didn't get any.
No.
Nobody ever thought of you.
All right, who's the most miserable?
I put Gary.
Howard.
Me?
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
most people thought you.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm in shock. You're much more miserable than I am.
I got to tell you, I voted for myself.
Oh.
Just because, well, it's
You have low self-esteem.
it's to anchor my low self-esteem title.
I won most miserable?
Yeah, you had
You
to.
won.
You won hands down with me. I said, there's no question.
Howard, you could be put in a bad mood by the fact that, like, the salt shaker's not where it's supposed to be.
Don't mention that.
But, you know, you get in a bad mood easy.
Well, that's what
I am in a bad mood. It's true.
If you could see the look on my face when I have to put my socks on in the morning, you'd know why I'm miserable.
Artie's miserable.
No, but
Dave, you're miserable, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, why though? Why are we miserable?
I don't know. I'm a
Why are you miserable?
Can't hold a woman. I don't know what you've got a hot girl and a successful talk show.
Yeah, his makes no sense.
Yeah, I think you have it all going on. Look at me. I don't know.
He's got his own show. There's Dave Attell. He's got a rap party.
You got the Dave Attell show. You got a gig at the Funny Bone in Columbus.
Cheer up, buddy.
We got to take a break.
Wait, you got 2 more.
Oh, Jesus, come on.
Yeah, we can end it.
All right, I got to do the news.
All right, do you want to end, or we can give it the last?
All right,
Give the last.
All right, who's got the most problems?
The most problems?
Jeez, what did I write?
Jesus, everything's going kablooey here. I thought I had it all figured out. Who has the most? Who did I vote for?
I voted for John.
I did.
Oh, I voted for KC.
Who won?
You know, KC should have won that.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all this stuff going.
Who had the most problems?
There was a tie, 3-way tie between Benji, Artie, and myself.
Yeah, all right. I wrote me, and you know what? I don't have the most problems. You clearly do.
Don't have.
I should have voted for you, KC.
I have a lot of problems that society labels you with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, a drinking problem, a gambling problem.
It's true. Why did I say me? So stupid. Go ahead. What else?
The last one is this is overwhelming. Who on the show is the biggest pain in the ass?
Stuttering John.
I voted for myself.
8 for 8.
8 for 8.
Salud! Hail
You
the
are
king!
a pain in the ass.
I voted for myself.
If I could lock you in a box, I would. All right. We're going to be back. David Tell is here, the premiere of Insomnia. This was forwarded to me from a news group on the Internet. They surveyed 4,000 Howard Stern Show fans. And they asked people to agree or disagree. For example, how many Howard Stern fans, percentage-wise, out of 4,000 fans, actually almost 5,000. It's 4,000. Oh, I see, 4,100. Okay. It's 4,000 fans. They said, is Howard a Vietnam veteran? What percentage of those people thought I was a Vietnam veteran?
60%.
38%.
Oh, really?
Wow. Howard is only half Jewish. How many people believe that or think that's not true?
Oh, I'll go 50.
You think it's a 50-50 split?
Yeah.
81% believe I am half Jewish.
Oh, my God.
Which I am. So,
and they're right.
They are, yeah. Howard's girlfriend, Beth O. How many people believe she looks prettier live than in her pictures, in her photographs? I think by live they mean on TV. You know, like on our show.
Yeah, okay. And what was the percentage there, 75?
67% believe that.
Wow.
This statement, Gary still has a job, Baba Booey has a job only because of Howard's loyalty and not because of any talent he might have.
How many people believe that?
39% of the people believe that.
Oh.
And that I know really hurt Gary. Gary wants to say he has talent.
No, it bummed me out. I would think that it would be, I think people could read between the lines, but apparently they can't.
91% of the people would like to hear Jackie Martling do an appearance or be interviewed on the show. I couldn't agree more.
91.
Anytime he wants. 67% of the people believe Artie would freak out if that ever happened.
Oh, I doubt that.
Why would I freak out?
Here's a mind-blowing one. 11% of the people think Robin is white. Still. What percentage of the people think I look better at 49 than at 29? Come on. How many people believe I'm dying?
40%? I don't know. How many people?
79% of the people think I look better now than when I was 29.
That's nice, isn't it?
That is nice. They might be high, but... Well, no, it's true. My hair looks... I have an overall better appearance. I agree with them. I'm much handsomer.
But you were also heavier when you were young.
I was a mess. I'm still a mess, but I'm a better mess. How many people think Beetlejuice is actually smart?
And that's an act?
Less than 1%. 0.1%.
Is that right?
Yeah, so somebody thought, one person must have thought it. How many people think Fred is truly smart?
Oh, 80% of the people must think that.
63%.
Oh.
How many people think Winfred's money is fixed?
90%.
17%.
Oh, good.
That's still high. I mean, why would we fix it? I mean, we can't fix it. We'd be in so much trouble. How many people believe Howard has more than 6 inches?
Oh, you mean there?
Penis.
How many people believe you have more than 6 inches?
9%.
9%. I was going to say, that's got to be
I got to say, I've never had that thought in my head ever.
Now, that's a penis.
Yes. How many people know who Ted the janitor was?
2%.
35%. That's nice. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
Excellent. So there you go. What do you think of that?
That's amazing.
Before we bring in the midgets, Casey, come in with your game. Casey surveyed us.
Yes,
Surveyed
again.
Howard, Robin, Gary, Benji, Fred, Artie, and Casey, and Stuttering John.
This one was harder to answer.
Yes, it was. I had to do a lot of mea culpas on this. We did a survey. Let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm already apologizing in advance.
Me too.
There's one that I think you'll be bummed about. But
whatever. Really?
Don't tell him.
Stuttering John. Yesterday we did Who Has the Thinnest Skin on the show, and Artie voted for John. John gets hold of Artie and goes, you think I have the thinnest skin?
He was doing that to everybody in the hall.
Or were you trying to be funny?
No.
I mean, you have thin skin.
I just thought that everybody does here. You know.
You do. You're the only one who complain about it and obsess about it.
You know what he got on me about? Biggest pain in the ass. He goes, you consider me a pain in the ass?
John, you're such a pain in the ass.
You were 8 for 8.
Yeah.
Well, I voted for myself.
Casey, what are we doing? Oh, you didn't finish it?
You know who you voted for.
Oh, you're getting our assigned sheets back?
Who cares who we voted for?
Because you asked me yesterday.
All right. Good. Casey.
He's so silly. All right, give us the results.
All right, his first one's, who do you like the best?
Who is the best liked on the show?
Oh, my goodness.
This is a tough question because I took it to be who would you like to hang out with the most? Who do you like, who's likable?
Well, I had a tough one. I was trying to decide. It was either Robin or you, Gary.
Wow.
Because Gary's just a nice guy, but Robin's a nice guy, too.
I'm a nice guy. Thank you.
I voted for Robin. Who do people like the best?
That would be Artie.
Artie.
Really?
See, I voted for Artie.
I've hung around with Artie. It's a disappointment.
No, it's not.
It is to me.
You know what? He never does anything when we're around.
Well, it's weird. Like, you go out with him and you go, Artie's great on the show, but he's not fun to hang out with.
I agree with you. When we had that big dinner, I thought, this would be great if we'd be hanging out with
Artie. And I don't know. I think he expects Artie to just be the life of the party, and he sits there.
Take me to a nice restaurant. What do you want me to do? Chug a beer?
No, it's just like Artie will sit there and go, hey, this is a nice piece of fish. And he geez, got nothing to say.
But that's a different Artie. Like, I've been with Artie at some comedy shows. He loves to drink. He's funny. He's always got cigarettes.
But even when he drinks, he just kind of sits there. He doesn't really do anything. He's quiet. It's boring.
Well, you know who I put down Howard for that one.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah, because...
You know what? I'm just looking at it. I had so much trouble with that question, I left it blank.
What, who do you like the best?
I come back to it, and I never did.
You never came back to who do you like the best?
Yeah.
Well, vote now so we can add it in.
But I like everybody.
No. You got to pick someone.
I just couldn't do it.
I picked you because I thought you'd bum out if I didn't.
You're crazy.
No, I picked you. Go ahead, pick me then.
But I...
Who do you like the best? Just answer the question. The very best. The best.
I guess it would be you.
All right, so there you go. All right, so who wins?
You came in second.
Yeah, who wins?
Robin and Fred got a vote, too.
I got a vote.
So Artie wins.
Artie wins, okay. Who do you like the least?
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. Did I not fill that in? I didn't fill that in, did I?
Look, see,
no, that's the one that you missed. Yeah,
I must have missed that one. That's easy, Benji.
Right, that was my vote.
I'll vote for Benji.
Well, let's make this a little bit harder.
Wait, what is that?
Leave me out of this one.
No, you're in. Benji.
No, of course that's the answer. That's the obvious.
No, I can't even believe I left it out. Who won?
Benji won.
Hands down?
So with your vote, he got 4. John got 2. Artie got 1, and Jackie got 1.
Well,
Jackie? Jackie's not even on
Who voted for Jackie?
I did.
What do you think?
Benji, who do you like the least? Come on, man. Have some balls on you.
I think he should be included.
Come on, dude. This is why we hate you. This is why you're just a dick.
I'll answer that if you answer who do you like the least other than me.
That's not the question. You're included. I voted for you. You vote for someone.
Can I jump in 1 second? Benji, you know those conversations where we have after the show about how you're acting on the air? Just be normal.
Well, everyone's very mean to me for the most part, except for Artie and KC. So everyone else is pretty mean to me regularly.
Who do you like the least?
I think the meanest person to me is probably Robin.
Oh.
Okay. That's an honest answer.
Wow. That's good, Ben.
I'm mean to you.
But who was the other person that voted for Artie? Who doesn't like Artie?
I voted for Artie.
Artie voted for Artie. But so who won? Who do you like the least? Benji?
Benji won, yeah.
And who voted for John.
I voted for John, and Gary voted for John, too.
I wrote John lately.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah. I had to pick something. See, John's the one who busts the most balls, so that's who I picked.
He rides me like a bull.
And John will obsess on that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Amsterdam with Gary.
I can't wait.
Because that's the only reason why I was going.
All right, the next question. Who is the most trustworthy? I voted for Gary.
I voted for KC.
I voted for Fred.
I voted for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow. I am trustworthy, but I can't vote for myself. That would have been obnoxious. I am. You can trust me with anything.
KC,
but I can have a slip here and there and mention something on the air. So I thought I've told Gary stuff. He's very trustworthy.
Yeah, well,
Gary's trustworthy. The problem with Gary sometimes
about you.
Sometimes Gary forgets what he wasn't supposed to say. That's the thing. He's
a little dopey. Who won most trustworthy?
Okay, it was a three-way tie. A three-way tie between me, Gary, and Fred.
Really?
Boy. Nobody finds me trustworthy?
You got one vote.
From Robin.
Well, Howard, I voted
Nobody
for you.
found me trustworthy.
No one trusts you.
I voted for you on who I like the best. I mean, we've hung out so much more than, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't like you. I hung out with you.
Obviously.
I don't really like you.
You didn't pick me for who you like the best, you bastard.
John's fun, though. I do like hanging out with John. But
yeah, but he should like me the best.
Right.
All
right, the next question. Where are we up to?
Who's the least trustworthy?
Who is the least trustworthy? I wrote Stuttering John.
Me too.
I wrote Benji.
Really? I wrote Gary.
Who won?
It was unanimous. That was John.
John.
It was unanimous.
Well, it was 6 out of 8 is a lot, the majority.
Who did Artie vote for?
I voted for John.
Least trustworthy is John. All right, here was one. Who will die first? I said Artie.
Artie. That had to be unanimous.
Yeah, I mean, based on health, it's got to be Artie. Did he win?
He won, but not by as much as you think. He won,
really?
He got 5 votes, but Benji got a couple, too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he'll be next.
I would have voted for Benji, but Artie's older. Right.
Who would
die last? I wrote KC. Because he's the healthiest.
Yeah. No, I wrote Gary. Casey's going to kill him.
Gary? Gary smokes and drinks.
I just think he's going to last.
You do?
Yeah.
I voted for Gary, too, at that. I could see him being...
Who won?
I won, but not by much, by 1 vote. I got 3, Fred got 2, and Gary got 2 as well.
Right. Don't you think Fred will go to jail for killing someone before?
Howard, Casey's the youngest, too.
Yeah, Casey's the logical answer.
I'm telling you, Casey's not going to make it a long time.
Who's the most thoughtful? Who'd you vote for, Robin?
I voted for John.
I vote John?
Yes.
I voted
John
for me, too.
really does think about people a lot.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
Thank you, Robin. Yes,
I voted for Robin, because Robin always generous with gifts and always says nice things. So sometimes she'll even call me and go, we haven't spoken in a while. I just want to tell you I love you.
Can I say something?
Something like that. I mean, who would do that?
Remember I had a car
out of your
accident?
mind.
You remember I
love it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean it as a compliment.
I never thought of myself as being thoughtful.
Yeah, who won?
That was a 3-way tie.
Who is it?
Fred got 2.
Fred?
Fred, yeah.
Fred thinks of one thing. Fred. Yeah, go ahead.
Join the club.
John got 2. One of them was from John.
Oh, my God.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, I think about everybody.
John thinks he's thoughtful, and I think he is thoughtful.
I think John's thoughtful because...
Even with you, Gary, I would say it just freaks me out that you don't... I mean, anytime you need something or I need help with something, I do it in a second.
And I for you.
Is that why you leave at 11 o'clock when Gary needs you?
Yeah, no, I ask him every day if he needs me to do anything.
That's a whole...
You know why he doesn't need you to do anything? Because you don't do it right.
Yeah, that's a whole other scene.
Yeah, all right.
And Robin got 2. Robin got 2 as well, so 3-way tie.
All right.
Oh, so nobody won.
So nobody thought I was...
got 1.
From who?
I voted for you.
Artie, you're in love with me.
No, but, I think because I'm the newest here, I'm probably the most grateful for my job.
All right.
And Benji got 1, too, but I think that was from Benji.
That was from me.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, Benji shouldn't be allowed to be in this. He ruins every bit.
Eliminate him from voting.
You're not thoughtful at all.
Yes, I think I am.
For who? Who do you ever do anything for?
Howard, I think the way I treat people is the most thoughtful.
Who would even know how you treat people? No one wants to be near you.
That's very thoughtful.
You're ridiculous.
All right, who is the most selfish? I voted for Stuttering John. I feel he's a big cop.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I voted for Howard.
Me?
Howard.
Me?
Yeah.
How dare you?
It's all about you.
What do you mean all about me?
It's all about you, too.
John, it's the Howard Stern show. I put together this organization.
But even when you're, even when you're together, you're very, you got to be happy.
You act that way. You think I have to be happy. I sit there at the table, and you think, oh, Howard's not happy. You're obsessing on me. I'm fine.
All right.
Who won most selfish?
You won that one.
So we were the only ones who voted.
John should have won that.
How many did John get?
John, I think you got 2.
Biggest complainer. Who'd you vote for?
Howard.
I voted for Howard.
I voted for Howard.
Me too. Did I win that?
Oh, hey, wait, Howard, I screwed up, man.
What?
I was looking at the other one. Most selfish is John.
Yeah, of course.
I screwed up, yeah.
Wow, I missed that one.
Yeah.
How many did he get?
He got 5, and Howard got 3.
All right, thank you.
Both selfish and
I was like, I'm the most selfish. John with the gigs and conniving and the stocks and answering the phones and waiting to hear how to make money. I mean, selfish to the point of abusive.
Whatever.
All right,
All right, biggest complainer?
I said I'm the biggest complainer. Because that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
I complain.
Yeah, that's when you got the majority of them.
Majority.
John got 2.
Yeah, I can see that, too.
You got
he's
6.
a good complainer.
All right, who complains the least? I wrote Artie.
Artie.
Fred.
I wrote Fred.
Fred complains. He just doesn't do it to anyone. He does it to the wall.
Artie never complains.
Are you kidding? Fred's always like, I don't get enough credit. You don't praise me. You don't do...
I never hear him say that.
Yeah.
If we were going to Vegas and I told Artie...
I go, Fred, you're here because you're talented. What, I got to sit here and tell you every minute?
If we were going to Vegas and I told Artie that Artie couldn't sit on the set, he had to sit behind the wall, he'd go, you know, whatever you need, man.
Yeah, Artie.
If you kicked him in the nuts, he'd be like, okay, that's cool.
Who won?
Artie won by 4. I got 2. Fred got 2.
All right. Who treats their spouse the best? That's an easy one. I said Gary.
Gary. Everybody had to say that.
Oh,
Fred.
I said John.
I thought about
Fred. You wrote John?
Oh, you're too funny.
Your wife waits on you hand and foot. You won't even buy her a winter coat.
Push the button on her treadmill. That's nice.
You tell her she's fat.
You do nothing but make the woman work hard.
That's got to be ridiculous.
I'm watching the Yankee game. Go walk the dog.
I put down Artie, man. You see, he treats that girl. He treats her very well. He's so nice.
Look at what Gary does.
Gary bathes the kids. He go home. Who won? Gary.
Yeah, Gary won.
Of course.
Yeah, I put down Gary.
Gary got 4. Fred got 2.
Who treats their spouse the worst? I said Stuttering John.
I said Robin.
Get out.
Come on, X is driving Miss Daisy.
He doesn't drive me. It's John.
You know what? At least she gives him a car to drive.
Yeah,
I only give my wife an apartment.
With the exception of John's vote, everybody voted for John.
Who did John say? Robin?
Me.
Yeah.
Who leads the cleanest life? I voted for KC because the guy eats stuff.
Oh, please. I voted for me.
I voted for Robin.
Really? You? No, you're on a health kick now.
No. I live a clean life, both spiritually, mentally,
She doesn't
and
smoke.
physically.
She barely drinks.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what goes on with you?
Please.
You're watching oral sex tapes. Who won the cleanest life?
Yeah, it was a huge tie. 2 for Fred, 2 for Howard, 2 for me, 2 for Robin.
Who voted for me?
I
voted for you.
I voted for you. I voted for you for cleanest life because I think it's... I mean, KC, has gambles and, that puts stress on
I thought of health. And Casey is very disciplined. He works out.
Casey is mentally ill.
Well, it's clean. But it's a clean life.
No, everyone on this show is mentally ill.
Right.
No.
Including you, Robin.
Really mentally ill. He should be locked up.
And the next one was easy. Who leads the most destructive life? Artie, of course. Hands down, right?
Well, he got 6, but John got a couple, too.
That's right. But it's got to be Artie.
Artie wins, though.
I vote for Artie.
I voted for John.
I guess the whippet thing would...
The whippet thing really pushed it for me.
That's
Artie's doing, like, the normal stuff. John's into chemicals.
I voted for me.
Yeah, I mean, the food, the gambling, the drinking.
The smoking.
Who was the most disciplined? I said me.
I said KC.
I said you, too.
Yeah, I think I'm more disciplined even than KC.
No, you are.
Who won?
You did.
Okay.
5 to... Let's see, 3.
I mean, I'm in bed at 8 o'clock. I live like a monk.
Yeah, you stick to your routine religiously.
Who lacks discipline the most? It's worth
John.
to say. I wrote Artie.
Oh, you know what?
Best shape.
I didn't even think
Artie's way
John,
off.
I think, is totally out of control.
No, but here's the deal.
Artie and even Benji will try to lose weight. I mean, Artie's...
Artie is a mess. You're right about that. I missed that one.
Who won?
Artie's the only guy who ever gained weight during a weight challenge.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lack of discipline.
Who won, Artie?
Artie won, but John was behind him 5 to 3.
Okay. Who is the kindest person on the show? I said Gary.
I said Robin.
I voted for myself.
No. You?
Can I tell you something about my benchmark?
You are. You do charity work. Your kids. You're an incredible father. You're giving to your wife. I mean, beyond belief. You're kind. You're good to your parents, even though you shouldn't be. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I said, like, here's a perfect example for, like, Robin. Not only did Robin, in a material way, she'll, like, send you a gift or something. But I remember when I was in a car accident, she's the only one who called me at home to see if I was okay.
No, I wouldn't call you. I really don't care. You get to work. You're the kind. Who won?
Fred.
Fred? Yeah. He doesn't consider anyone, doesn't go to anyone's party, doesn't... Fred is not
But
kind.
on a daily basis, I'm probably more pleasant than most.
Yeah, I voted for Fred, because I sit next to him. I always have...
No, it's not Fred.
You all are wrong.
Who voted for Fred?
I voted for Fred.
I voted for Fred.
I voted for Fred, too, but I'm thinking now I'm change it to Gary, because I forgot some of that other stuff.
Hey, Gary is the most giving.
It was between Gary and Fred for me, actually.
Who is the meanest person on the show? I said John. I thought maybe I would win.
I said John.
I said you.
I said Howard.
You did. Who won?
It was a tie between Howard and John.
It's a 1-2 punch. Howard starts it, John finishes it.
Who is the most creative person? I said Howard.
I said Howard.
Oh, thank you. All right.
You know what? With the exception, let's play the game now. Who here did not vote for Howard? Who do you think? Benji, right?
Of course not. Benji thinks he voted for Benji.
Yeah.
You can't be serious.
Yes, I am. I think you're very closed-minded in a lot of ways you think of things.
Yeah, I don't whip my penis out at every chance I get. That is creative.
Well, I think you are a very creative person overall.
Thank you.
But not as creative as you.
He's up there.
Now, this is the toughest one for me to answer because I think everybody here is creative in their own right.
This was awful. This was a hard one.
Least creative. Who did you vote for, Robin?
Casey.
I voted for Casey.
I voted for myself.
Really, Gary? Well, you're very creative. You come in with ideas.
But Casey can write. Like, I'm the only one on the show that can't write a bit. You know what I mean? Well, John can't.
There's other people.
Yeah, I can't write a bit.
Artie, what did you vote for?
I voted for myself, actually.
Really? Why? You do
Artie.
comedy, stand-up, voice-over? I thought John did stand-up.
Yeah, I don't find myself to be, like, a particularly creative person.
And really, I think Casey is creative. I just had to pick the least, and I was like, do I write Benji again?
Well, I thought, I wrote Casey a note. I said, dude, I don't even know that I agree with you. You're the only one who could handle being least creative on this show. Everyone else would jump out the window.
Right, I figured at least he'll be okay.
Who won, Casey?
It was a three-way tie. Between myself, Gary, and Robin.
Okay, here's the deal. On this one only, I need to know exactly how the vote went.
Yeah.
Who voted for me, besides me?
You voted for yourself?
I did. Who else? Who else voted for me?
Somebody speak up. Who else?
Not me.
It wasn't me.
I did but it was partially because Gary, I know, considers himself very uncreative, but I kind of think he is very creative with his ideas, his music, and...
He is creative.
Then why'd you vote for me?
Because I was the least scared of you.
Okay.
Well, who's not scared of me? No.
Who else won least creative?
All right, here's the thing.
Let's vote most creepy right now. Benji or Fred? I say Benji.
Benji wins.
All right, go ahead. Who voted for who?
Okay, so I voted for Robin.
So we cancel each other out.
Exactly. I think she's very creative, but if I had to choose...
All right, it was Robin.
Who else voted for Robin?
Yeah, somebody else did.
Yeah,
somebody did.
That's our
John,
I'm going to kill you. There, I don't like you at all.
Right, well, there you go.
I am your favorite person.
All right,
Wait,
good.
it's got more. This is very uncomfortable. Everybo's got to go.
What do you mean? I told you, on least creative, I voted for KC.
Who voted for Artie?
I did.
Who voted for John?
Me.
Fred voted for John. You don't like John.
I like John a lot, but I think in terms of what he does, it's not the most creative.
Right.
Although, judging from the way he runs his personal life, managing to have two homes with no real visible income, I take my vote back. He's the winner.
It's creative financing.
He's the winner.
He's creative in the world of finance.
I think it proves that Gary's the kindest because he's the producer of the show and Benji's the least scared of him.
It was between him and the person I was going to put down.
All right,
who was that, Benji?
Who do you really believe?
Well, it was between Gary and Robin for least creative.
All right.
Okay.
So write Robin if that's how you feel.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm already I'm the meanest person to you. So how could it get any worse?
Well, because you give really good Christmas gifts.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to meet the stars of Midgets Gone Mad.
Boy, those things are brutal.
Yeah. How about, why don't you do another survey, like most smelly?
Okay.
Well,
let's
easy.
get done.
Oh, do you know this story?
You think that's easy?
Oh, Howard, do you know that? I got to tell you this.
Go ahead.
I don't know how to say this. Apparently, Benji has a smell a couple of times a week that annoys some people.
I would say it was Benji.
Yeah.
Assery?
What?
Is it an assery?
He's got a stench to him that annoys people in this room.
I know. Fred goes crazy, and so does Artie.
He had a stench the other day. It was around 8 o'clock. It just started happening.
Last time you guys started up this smell thing, I brought it up in a meeting, and you promised you would do it, that we could bring a stranger up, blindfolded, and judge our smell.
No, but it's not every day.
I don't even care.
There's a waft at around 8 o'clock.
What happened?
I don't know. It's just like a wave.
It's impossible.
It's like
when you shower before you come in?
Open the door in summer.
Close your eyes and smell people right now.
No.
No, because it's bull, and you can't fight back on that. If I say, oh, you know what? John smells.
All right.
A lot of people say,
Benj, can I say something?
John
people have told me. Benj, people told me
you smell.
No. All right, here we go with the lies again.
I know.
It immediately
argue back to that.
John smells like soap.
And you promised me if that comes up again, you would do that.
I don't remember promising you that, and I don't really want to make any promises to you.
Well, we could go with the videotape.
That's Benji's Achilles heel. You can't tell him that he smells.
You can't tell him, obviously, anything.
Well, why don't you be open-minded now and hear what Fred has to say?
All right, I will.
And actually, Benji's been doing better. It was like, I think it was yesterday. It was like around 8 o'clock, and it hit me. It was like... Like roadkill. Like when you walk along the side of the road, you smell like a dead possum on the side of the road.
Are you sure it was him?
Wham. Absolutely.
Does Benji have a smell?
I've never smelled anything from Artie. Because when he leaves the room to go to the bathroom, Artie and I are here, and I don't smell that smell.
Go ahead, Artie. Is it true?
It's been a couple of times. Right? Not all the time, but it's a couple of times. Where
He's doing better, but
it's not a problem.
Is it something that you and Fred talk about? Sometimes you go, wow, Benji really reeks?
I think we kind of look at each other once in a while and go,
It's never been verbal.
And what did you hear, John?
No, I heard that Benji smells from you know.
From time to time you hear from different people.
Yeah, that he has the smell. I mean,
I've heard my egg smell.
No. I've heard actually when you.
What is that? A word for nuts?
No. He really means eggs, doesn't he?
Oh, real eggs.
Let me ask you a question, Benji, and be honest. Do you shower every morning?
Yes.
Before you get here?
Yes.
Fred, is it possible it's his food, like his eggs?
No. I know the smell of the eggs, and it's not his eggs. It's his stench.
You know, it's impossible to fight back because you can't say, no, I don't smell.
All right.
So.
Well,
it's impossible to fight that stench, too. Not without a fire hose.
It's not a chronic problem. It's not now. No. Like today, I don't smell anything.
Listen, if you want to do a smell report every day, you know.
Yeah. But you know what? It could be your clothes you don't wash.
I do wash my clothes.
Every time you wear them?
This actually looks like a fresh outfit for him.
Benji, you know what? Not to bust Benji's balls, but it might be the clothes thing. John might have a point because do you remember the winter, Benji, you had that green jacket that had an enormous stain on it? What was it a stain on?
It was oil.
It was oil.
Oh, my.
It looked like, someone dropped a tray of sausage and peppers on his jacket 2 months before. And I said, Benji, you got to get another jacket or something because it looks gross.
Even you, a man who walks around with ink all over his face.
I was offended by the jacket. Okay? So, you remember that conversation, right? So It might not be you, it might be your clothes sometimes.
Howard, I ask you right now, close your eyes, smell our necks individually, and say who.
Smell your neck, dude. I'm not gay.
Quit gaying off over there, dude.
Smell your neck. I don't care. I don't want to smell your neck. Stupid ass.
Why can't he take it into consideration that other people have this problem?
Yeah. You want me to smell you, really?
Not my breath, because I just
Who's going to walk?
I just ate eggs. But my neck, arm, eggs.
I don't want to smell anyone right now.
Well, then
but Benji, people are telling you.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do.
They told you don't smell today.
After Midget's gone mad, I'll tell you what I'll do.
What?
Benji, you pick 4 people. Not any of these people in this room. And I'll close my eyes. I'll be blindfolded.
Okay.
And I'll smell your neck. And I'll give you a half hour to get rid of your egg smell.
All right.
And, but you can't go in the bathroom and wash up or anything right now. You got to sit there and you.
Eggs on my breath.
No, you can't brush your teeth. Maybe that's where the odors emanate.
Yeah, who brushes their teeth during the
I brush my teeth every day during the show.
Yeah, well, not during this next half hour. If you brush your teeth, it's all off.
Yeah.
This is the same guy who used to wash his hair in the sink.
I know.
I'll close my eyes and tell you who smells the worst. You want that? I got the nose of that nose.
Sure.
Okay.
But you know what, Howard? When Benji slept over my house, he didn't shower before he came here. I know as a fact he didn't.
Right.
How many years ago was that?
like a year and a half ago.
No, John, which house was it? You didn't own that house a year and a half ago.
Well, what happened? So you were a pig 3 years ago, and now you're not?
It was 5:45.
Was that when he got the night terror?
It's the night of every story John tells.
All right, right, we're going to take a break.
Nightmare for me.
Would you ever have him over your house again?
Never again.
No. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after this. So, what are you doing?
We're all in here for Casey's new quiz.
Are we doing that now? Okay, good. I didn't realize. Oh, the quiz. I want to do it, but I want to use my Sulu voice.
I'm looking at the questions now and already realizing it's just going to be really ugly.
All right. Let's call this the last quiz, or else we'll burn out the bit. All right? We did it for 3 days, and it's enough.
3 painful days.
See, but you know what? I got to tell you something. If you want to do it for a fourth day, there's a lot of questions that we haven't even covered.
Well,
I'd like to take one more shot at it, but we'll save it for like a...
All right. Well, then do a fourth one if you think you got something in you. Yesterday, I got this email, and we had to answer the following questions. Who is the smelliest on the show? Well, you know, it's funny. I almost voted for Fred because I don't know if Fred still has that coffee breath. Do you still drink coffee like you used to? Like a madman?
No, I drink coffee like crazy.
Yeah, when you get near Fred when he drinks coffee...
I smell like a Starbucks.
But it's not pleasant. It's mixed with Fred and coffee. So I almost, you know, but Gary's the obvious answer because he's got really bad breath, reeky breath if you get close to him. But then everyone's telling me Benji smells. I mean, Fred has told me over and over, and Artie said.
We went through a whole thing with Benji smelling.
There's a breath question, so I just went with smelly, and I voted for Benji because even though he doesn't smell often, he's the only person on the show I've ever smelled.
See, I went with you, Gary, because... You're the only one. I've never smelled Benji smelling bad. I've only smelled you smelling bad.
I've smelled Benji smelling bad like 3 or 4 times over the 4 years that he's been here.
So what was the result, Case?
Benji was the winner. He got 5 votes out of 8.
And what were the other 3?
Gary got 2.
Who voted for Gary beside me?
Me.
Wow.
And Rob smelled Benji.
And Robin's in a booth.
I don't smell Benji either. For the record, Benji made me smell him yesterday.
And who voted?
John got 1 vote.
From who?
Really?
From who?
Me.
Oh, from Benji.
Benji had a vote.
John, let me ask you a question. You came up to me yesterday after the show and you said, you have never smelled me. Is that true or not?
No, yeah, I've heard that you smelled.
So you based it on hearing that I smelled?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said Gary smells. Benji's right.
No, you're always complaining about Gary.
The next is worst breath. That's Gary.
Right, who has worse breath? I put Gary.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of Fred because of the coffee breath. I've caught a whiff of that once in a while, but I haven't gotten near Fred in a long time.
I think you people have all been brainwashed to...
Sometimes you walk over to me over my shoulder and it stinks.
I've smelt the phone after Gary uses it. It's like you want to puke.
Right.
Because the only thing was when Gary was dieting, he wasn't eating. So his breath was for
All right, what's the result?
All right, Gary got 5 votes.
Oh, somebody else got votes?
Who was the worst breath out besides?
John got 2.
Oh.
Wow.
Who said I had bad breath?
Who said John had bad breath?
I said it.
I do, too.
Really?
Artie and Benji.
Artie, you never said anything to me.
I mean, you know, but that's the thing. It's not a lot. It might have been once, and I never smelled Gary's breath ever. So it was like one time I thought John had...
By the way, you can't tell somebody they have bad breath. I have a friend who has the worst breath, and he's always complaining about everyone's breath.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I'm like, oh.
I'm not saying John doesn't have bad breath, but I smelled it once.
Was it alcohol?
Probably.
Go ahead.
And then somebody voted for nobody.
That was me. I never smelled anyone on the show had bad breath.
All right.
So I really couldn't put an answer down.
All right, who is the ugliest person on the show?
Can I just take the next 2?
Ugliest person and worst body. I voted both for Benji.
Me too.
Oh, no, I voted for Gary on ugliest.
You did?
Yeah, because he's mad at me.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Wait, you think... Wait, stop. I'm uglier than Benji?
Gary, when you shaved your mustache, Howard, he shaved his mustache, Gary walked into the studio, I was like,
this ties in. There's one later on called Worst Hair, and I actually voted for Gary because even though Artie's balding and Benji has horrible hair, when Gary cuts his hair, there's so much face.
It's like Cro-Magnon.
I mean, it's unbelievable. But so, ugliest, I still went for Benji.
Yeah, I did too.
How many votes for Benji?
6 for Benji.
And, yeah?
And somebody voted for Robin.
Me. I voted for myself. I couldn't answer that question.
So, John, you're the only one here who thinks I'm
Gary
ugly.
got 1.
No, I'm not the only one who thinks you're ugly.
You are.
Robin, that's not fair. You got to vote for someone.
Howard, this is getting painful.
Who's the ugliest?
Now.
Is it Benji or Gary?
I was like,
or me.
Benji came to me yesterday saying that I had hurt his feelings really bad, and I was just like, I can't do this.
Well, then it's not good.
Here's how I look at it.
I mean, I wrote some horrible things.
Here's how I look at it. Benji isn't necessarily ugly, just within this group of 8.
No, he's ugly.
No, but Howard, wait.
So you're saying this is an abnormally good-looking group of 8 people?
Hey, Howard, who would you say was the second ugliest?
I'll take that hit.
I don't know. I don't want to say it. You know what? I answered no.
But so, Gary, it's not like it was between you and Benji.
John, 6 people voted for Benji.
There's a lot of ugly people on this show. The only guy who has a right to claim he's good, I'll tell you, the only 2 guys who have a right to claim they're good looking is Casey, who is exceptionally handsome, and maybe John. Other than that,
maybe John.
Me, Gary, Benji, Fred, and Artie are ugly guys.
Well, what happened to Fred? Fred used to be on the good-looking list.
Fred fell apart.
I don't think Fred, Artie, or you were ugly.
No.
You don't. I'm not kissing your ass. You're not ugly.
I'm not handsome.
You're not, right. It's within this group. Casey throws the whole curve up. He's the best-looking one here.
Right.
Yeah, he was safe on that one.
You guys are all sweet.
So everyone voted for Benji for worst body as well?
Yeah. What was the final score?
No, I voted for Artie.
You're talking the ugliest or the worst body?
Worst body.
Worst body, 6 for Benji, 2 for Artie.
No shit. Who voted for Artie?
I voted for Artie because it's really this.
And who else? Artie voted.
I voted for Artie. I see myself naked.
The next question was, this is an easy one, worst verbal skills, except it was spelled worse verbal skills, so it has to be KC.
Correct.
Yeah.
But wait a minute.
You have horrible verbal skills.
I do. That's correct. That's correct. I do.
Artie's got bad verbal skills sometimes when he misuses grammar. I have a bad use of grammar.
We're all bad.
No, yeah, you take the cake.
Yeah, but John stutters.
That's not verbal. He just can't talk. That's like he can't get the words out.
Stuttering doesn't affect his grammar.
Well, I didn't say best grammar. I said verbal skills.
John is hard to understand. You're right. But so are you.
But you were the first to come to mind. Take the vote.
Give us the result. What's the result?
I'm not giving speeches nowhere, but...
Oh, boy.
Nowhere. Where's the...
Okay, I got 5. John got 3.
Okay. Who voted for John?
I did.
I voted for John.
Oh, Mr. Jersey accent.
Best verbal skills. I voted for Robin.
What's Long Island? Beautiful
Who won? Best verbal skills.
Robin got that with 4 votes. You got 3.
Huh.
And Benji got 1.
From Benji, no doubt.
Right.
But Benji, you think you got better verbal skills?
Benji, you're a horrible storyteller. You're not a good verbal person.
I am a horrible storyteller.
I voted for Robin.
I voted for
But
Howard.
I can say that very well.
Thank you, Casey. I voted for Robin.
It would have to be either Robin or Howard.
Right.
It's like a toss-up.
Robin speaks well. She has a nice speaking voice. She uses a lot of proper grammar. She's very educated. It's clearly Robin.
It's a shame I wound up here.
Yeah, too bad.
You should be some sort of lawyer.
Who's the hairiest person on the show? I voted for Artie.
Artie, yeah.
Oh, I voted for Gary.
Gary's actually not that hairy.
What?
Take a look at his chest.
I thought about the whole
He's got no hair.
Yeah.
He does have hair. Oh, you're gross.
But what about your back? Are you hairy on the back?
No, my back is not.
I think Artie is hairy on his back. That's why he doesn't take his shirt off.
I don't have a lot of hair, but there's hair there.
Who won?
That would be Artie. Yeah. Artie got 4 votes and Gary got 3. And then Benji got 1.
From Benji, no doubt.
Well, I've seen myself naked. I've seen you guys.
Right,
We've seen you. You're not that...
Worst manners on the show.
Got to be a slam dunk. I went with John.
I went with Artie.
Oh, I went with John.
Yeah, I mean,
awful.
I had dinner with Artie. Artie's the guy who, like, grabs his food and eats before the women.
First of all,
yeah.
If a beautiful restaurant brings you a second lamb chop,
no, dude,
you'd be rude not to eat it.
And when your appetizer comes first, you wait for the girls to be served, dude. You got terrible manners.
Can I tell you something? I'll tell you why I voted for John.
This is the best piece of lamb I ever had. You know what, Howard? It's just like, dude.
Artie doesn't know. John knows and doesn't care.
I don't know. What am I, a retard?
Yes, Artie.
John farts at the table.
Yeah.
John.
Hey, Howard, I gotta tell you something. Though. Like Artie gets bummed about this stuff. Like when you like goof that he's not a fun guy.
No.
Up to here, he's not that much fun.
No, I'm saying the manners thing.
You have bad manners, dude. I've eaten dinner with you.
But it is a don't know situation.
Yeah, he's just completely clueless.
But John knows not to fart at the table and could care less.
Right, and that's why I voted for John.
And that's why I voted for John.
I voted for John.
Right, what's the final score?
John got all the votes except 1.
That was mine.
All right.
I gave it to Artie.
Thank you. I think I'm vindicated.
Worst manners, I put Artie.
Whatever.
No, we just talked.
No, that was what we
best manners, I put Robin. She's a girl. She seems refined.
I put Artie.
What was the final vote on best manners?
Best manners, Robin got 7.
Yeah. What did Robin?
Benji voted for himself, I think.
Oh, you know what, Benji is so... You know what? By the way, Benji is no longer included in this.
I told him.
It's all shtick.
Yesterday I warned him.
Shtick. I think I have great manners.
You take food out of a garbage can.
That's not manners. It's manners.
You don't wash your hands in the bathroom.
Dude, you're not. Stop it.
I'm not
You're out of the voting.
I'm not making
You're not part of the group.
I'm not making a joke.
You're sitting here, but you're not part of the group.
I'm not making a joke. I think I have better manners.
All right, I'm turning off your mic. You're
I also
done.
voted for myself for worst body.
All right, you're off.
You know what I think we should do? We should leave his name on the list, but eliminate him from the voting.
Right.
Except for pleasure.
Right. We can't hear you. Your mic's off, dude.
For the record, it's bad manners to talk with your mic off.
All right, worst hair. I had a hard time with this at first. I was sitting and thinking. I thought, like, Artie's got his bald spot. Benji's really losing his hair, and he calls it bald. But Gary cuts that hair short, and there's so much face and big eyebrows.
But see, that's hair is good. Yeah, it's not the hair that's bad. It's the face that's bad. It's your
hairdo. You got hair, and it's messed up.
Here's how I went. I went with Benji because at least I make an attempt to do something with it, whereas Benji just lets it get flat and sweaty and matted.
Yeah, but you know what? Benji can't do anything because it's Benji, and it's like he's balding.
He could, though. He could.
What could he do? He shaved his head. He looked like an egg.
That's why he has the worst hair.
Yeah, you've got the worst hair, Gary.
Give me the results.
Everybody except Howard voted for Benji.
No, it's wrong.
Hey, Howard,
Benji doesn't have hair.
Wait, hold on. Benji voted for himself.
I don't care.
Hey, Howard.
I don't care what Benji did.
Do you think Gary looked better with his stash or without the stash?
I don't know.
See, at least with the stash, he covered up some.
Covered up his lip? Yeah, but then his teeth were accentuated.
You hated the mustache. And then I shaved it, and you hated that.
I hate everything.
And you know, what I need to do is get a fake one and just put it on and off when you're in the mood for it.
No, it's just so when you cut your hair real short, there's so much Gary teeth and face.
Could you wear a mask?
All right, here we go.
Best hair.
Best hair I gave me.
I said you.
I said Howard.
This is best.
Oh, I said me.
John.
Based on what?
I got nice hair.
Oh.
You don't have any hair.
But I have better hair than you.
John, with that haircut, you look like a spider monkey.
Who won that one?
Yeah, Howard won that. I got 5 votes. Robin got 1, John got 1, but John's vote was for himself. Yeah. And I got 1.
Who gave Robin the vote?
Who voted for me?
I voted for Robin. She's got great hair.
Well, thank
not
you,
hers,
Artie.
but
I
it's
voted
great.
for Howard.
Wait a second.
What
That's
do you
her
mean
hair.
it's not hers?
I thought you had extensions.
I cut those all off once my hair grew. That was
that's
the whole
yours?
point.
I
Yes.
still thought those were extensions.
Dreadlocks.
Look at her hair. That's a nice head of hair.
Dreadlocks are nice.
You don't like dreadlocks. That's your
I mean, they look good on you.
All right, I won, and that was most important to me. Worst skin.
I think everybody here has pretty good skin.
I voted for Benji on this one.
You know why?
Benji's blotchy, and like, look at him. He's got, like, pimples on his...
Like close-up of anywhere on my face.
Oh, my God. Take a close-up. Look at your cheek.
Senior skin is terrible.
Take a close-up on your face. Go ahead. Close-up on Benji. Hold it. Stop for a second.
To the left side of your nose.
Anywhere except where the cut is.
To the left side of your nose.
Stop it. Go close-up on Benji.
And then do close-up on Fred,
And look.
too.
Okay, go close-up on Fred.
Do a close-up on Fred.
All right, I'll A-B him. You definitely got... Look at the zits and the red.
You know, I never saw his skin before. I'm taking back my vote.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Show me a zit, Howard.
Fred, I don't see anything.
Fred's got
moles.
Yeah.
You know what, Fred? I don't know. Benji might have a point.
I picked Fred, Howard.
Remember,
Right, here,
try and do your manners thing.
Let Benji point to Fred's problems.
All right, here, Fred, let me show.
There
you go.
Turn here.
Maybe.
No, I don't want you near my face. You don't wash your hands.
You know, maybe Benji's got a point, but I voted for Benji.
I still go with Benji, too.
I voted for Fred.
I mean, I know I don't have good skin, but he's got it worse.
I notice that more in the wintertime with Benji. He breaks out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm looking at him now. I see the bad skin. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so who did you vote for?
Artie. Because I was thinking of that thing he had to remove.
I voted for me, too, because I have terrible skin.
All right, who won?
Benji won with 4 votes. Artie got 2 and Fred got 2.
I must say that after this little time period here, though, I changed my vote to Benji.
Really, I'm changing mine.
Best skin, I voted for me.
Robin.
I voted for me.
Robin's got amazing skin.
No, you see...
Oh,
Wait a second.
You're negating my votes because I'm black?
Yeah. That doesn't count.
No, Robin wears a lot of makeup.
Yeah, Robin wears makeup.
I come in here without makeup every morning.
And also you're black, and it's hard to tell what's doing. I'm telling you, I have the best skin.
She's got freckles on her face.
Who has the best skin?
What's wrong with freckles?
Why is that bad?
If you were discounting Robin, then you have to go with KC.
Let's change this to best white skin.
All right, who won best skin?
Best skin was... Robin got 3, John got 2, Howard got 2, and I got 1.
Who else voted for me?
I think I did.
Thank you, Fred.
Who else voted for me?
I voted for John.
See?
Best skin?
My wife tells me I have the greatest skin.
You do not.
Your wife. Your wife's punch drunk.
She tells you your toenails are nice, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, Dougie, you're on the air. Dougie, go ahead.
Yeah, Howard, listen, I get tired of this, man. You blow smoke up your butt. And I've seen you in person, man, and you're hideous, bro.
But I'm saying I'm hideous. When did I say I was good looking?
Let me ask you a question, man. What size T-shirt do you wear? Like a small to medium, right?
No, I wear a large.
No, you don't.
Sure you do.
I've seen you, Howard.
You don't. I'm telling you, I'm wearing extra large to a large.
You don't wear an extra large, bro.
I do.
All right, I'll put any amount of money.
Okay. How much money you got?
Well,
let's go to the max. I know what I wear.
No, you don't. Because
I wear an extra large T-shirt.
Maybe your girlfriend's extra large T-shirt. What, in the ladies' department, right?
And who's claiming to be good looking? You're making it seem like I'm putting myself up there as a stud.
You are doing that, okay?
Oh, okay.
You're knocking all the other guys, and you're going,
I said we're all ugly, but Benji's worse than me. I have to admit.
Well, I want to hear you say it.
He said it.
I said it 20 times.
Oh,
Shut up, Robin. You tin-cup monkey.
You cannot even hear. You're deaf.
You're deaf.
Let me come down there and do some things to you.
I know you'd love that.
All right, let's keep going. Dougie's being an ass. Go ahead.
We're up to worst grooming.
Worst grooming. I said Benji.
Me too. That's easy.
Really? I said John.
John.
You know what? That was a close one. You're right.
But, John, you're looking at your clothes. That's not grooming. It's do you
nails.
shave? Do you
don't. Yeah, because you just told the story about his toenails at the pool.
That's a good point.
I cut them.
I still went with Benji.
I did, too, but maybe John deserved it.
Yeah, but Benji washed his hair in the bathroom sink.
True, too.
Yeah. Who won, Benji?
Benji won by 1 vote. John was a close second.
I forgot to vote, too, on that one.
Who'd you vote for, Artie?
John?
Yeah.
Buddy. Best grooming was easy. I voted for Gary. He's always got his nails clipped, and he's always busy with he's groomed and his hands, and he's got his gym bag with his lotions.
I got to tell you something. Look
at his fingers, they're all groomed.
A magazine did an article about the gaying of America, and one of the signs that you're gay, which I totally am in, is there's too many Kiehl's products in your bathroom.
Yeah, this guy's keeling. He's lotioning.
Aftershave, Kiehl's.
Recommend things to you.
That's something that turns me off.
But I voted for Casey.
I said Casey.
Why?
I voted for Howard.
Me? I'm not groomed.
Casey grooms his stash and beard. Perfect.
The beard's always perfect.
Well, he's got his hair.
Think of this. I was thinking of you all as guys. I forgot about Casey.
And here's the other thing about Casey. Casey's hair is really short.
Yeah.
Yet, if there's not the proper amount of gel in it, the hat goes on.
This is such an insult. It's clearly Robin.
No, they're right. It's Casey.
No, Robin isn't grooming herself like Gary is. Gary's busy with everything.
I bet Casey shaves his pubes and stuff.
Yeah.
No, it takes me 7 minutes in the morning to get ready.
Do me a favor. Tell me the answer. Who won best grooming?
I did. I won 4 votes. Robin got 2. John got 1. Who voted for John?
Not
John
me.
must have voted for himself.
No, I voted for Casey.
Who voted for John?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
That was a misprint.
There's no John in there.
Robin, who'd you vote for?
I voted for myself. But I would have voted for you or KC
Who did
after
Benji
listening
vote
to these
for?
stories.
He's not talking.
No, I voted for KC, but I accidentally left off worst grooming, so maybe you mixed it up.
Oh, okay.
So I got that one.
I didn't vote for John.
Most annoying is next.
John.
I went for Benji.
Nah, John.
Oh, God.
Really?
With the Stickmeister General over?
Dude, grab a mirror.
Most annoying is you.
I was going to vote for me, but then I thought Benji might be a little bit more.
Benji's really not annoying. He kind of to me, for my vote, the guy just kind of hangs out. He doesn't ever, bother me. In the meetings, he's a little annoying.
You know why I voted for Benji? Because whenever he calls attention to himself,
yeah, that's what I'm
annoying.
talking about.
Right. But John is
John's annoying all the time.
John has to involve himself in everything. And
what are you talking about?
Benji's not malicious in his annoying traits, where John is. He's maliciously annoying.
So who won?
John won by a lot.
Really?
Yeah, he got 6 votes. I mean, yeah.
And who got the
5 votes? 5 votes to 3 votes.
And who got the other 3?
Benji.
Oh, that's close.
Who voted for John?
I voted for John.
Yeah.
I voted for John.
And Artie?
I voted for John.
And who voted for Benji? Robin and Fred?
I voted for John. So the voting must be off.
Casey, are you tallying the votes?
Totally, yeah. I voted for John.
John, who'd you vote for?
I voted for Benji.
And Robin?
I voted for Benji.
There's 2.
That's 2.
Who else voted for Benji? So that's 6-2 then.
Yeah, but why does he have the tally wrong?
5-3.
It's a great bit, but we gave a guy who can't do math, who got a 720 combined on his SAT.
Wait, Case, who did you vote for?
I voted for John.
Well, then how is your tally right?
Did you know you voted for John?
Are you sure that you voted for...
Who counts the votes?
I do.
Why don't you let somebody else do it? Seriously, man, you're retarded.
I won. Every single one's been perfect.
No, it hasn't.
We don't know that.
We don't know.
Yesterday he missed one, too.
You're retarded.
This destroys the spread. I had John given 3.
All right, most important to the show. I voted for me.
It's ridiculous. Of course it's you.
Of course it's you.
Yeah.
Nobody could have voted for anybody else.
What was the title? Benji voted for himself?
No, everybody.
But this is the one I've been waiting for.
All right, least important to the show. Now, this was very difficult, and I didn't like writing this down.
I didn't either.
And there's a lot of people that, could have been written in for whatever reason, but I think everyone's important to the show, but the least important to the show, I voted for KC. Let's go around the room.
Wow.
Well, why not?
Oh, yeah.
We're going around the room. Why can't we just do a vote?
Because Stuttering John will write some stuff occasionally. He'll help out with the music. He'll go out and do interviews, although he hardly does it anymore. And
I thought KC wrote.
He does, but he hasn't been writing a lot lately.
What are we doing?
How about all the...
What are we doing right now?
Wait, how about all the stuff like... whatever.
Yeah,
I get tons of gossip for you with everything that's going on.
He gets gossip. He'll go to lunch with Artie and come in and know how to make it funny. I think John's a little more important to Casey. I'm sorry. And Benji's proved his importance. He's written a lot of funny things. And
yeah, see, for me, I guess I see what Casey does more. So Casey didn't even come into the equation, and that left it between John and Benji. And I walked in here with Benji, but then I looked over at Benji, and I remember how much he does all day long.
Right.
And again, John, I'm not saying that, but here's the point.
There hasn't been a negative thing you haven't.
But here's the point. It's not
I don't care.
But it doesn't mean that you're not important to the show.
No, I like this. Let me say he's the least important. If we have to fire someone,
if I had to fire someone, it would be you, but it would be a tough call. And it's just, you're important to the show, just not as important as Howard and Robin.
Don't do mea culpa.
No, it's fine. I'm not shocked.
Who'd you vote for, Robin?
I voted for John. Because this is what I hear all the time.
Right. Well, you can't always go by Gary.
Casey, who'd you vote for?
I voted for John. just because, as far as what goes into the show and stuff like that. I mean, he's great when he follows people around, he tells on people, which is great. It's good for the air and stuff like that. But
well, that's what the whole point of the show is. What's good for the air. I
find that John.
Jesus.
John, not as an insult.
There's other stuff that goes into it too, John.
Right. Fred, who'd you say was least important?
I said Benji because John's been with the show longer. He's done a lot. For a body of work, he's done more stuff.
But he doesn't do that body as much anymore. If you're going
that I get recognized.
I'm not saying
even when he goes out and asks questions, we have to write it for him.
All right.
Yeah,
you're right. Maybe it is John.
I went to KC, but who did you say, Artie?
The single most depressing thing for me is when I take days off of the show and I'm in L.A. and I'm driving around listening and I'm laughing just as hard as I did 10 years ago, and I realize I'm not needed. So I'm a very lucky guy to be sitting here, and I always realize that. So I voted for me.
Wow. I didn't consider that. You're right.
I didn't think of that either.
Yeah, you know what? You're making a good point.
I'm in L.A. in traffic, and I'm going, wow, the show's really...
Casey, I apologize. Sorry. Yeah, okay. And Benji, who did you vote for?
I voted for John.
All right. Who won, John?
John won.
John is least important to the show. That's correct.
I don't care. Who'd you vote for?
I voted for KC.
That's all I care about.
I'm sorry, KC.
So me as your boss, you could care less.
No, I care about what's on the air because what I think I do is good for the air. It might not be good for the back production that you're doing back there, but I think it's good.
That's what I think is funny, that I'm in charge, but you could care less than I think.
Howard's ultimately in charge, Gary. I mean, I'm sorry, but he is. He's in charge of the content of the show. Is Howard. So if I'm part of the content of the show, then I'm glad Howard would say I'm not the least.
But don't you care about what people think about The Office?
No, I don't care about you because everything you vote for is me. That's negative. So why would I care what you vote for? It's so jaded.
But it's not jaded.
It is.
You don't. There's a certain.
It's so. You have an agenda with me. It's so obvious.
Lack of enthusiasm.
It's so no. It's a total enthusiasm. On the air, I'm totally enthused to make the show. It's anything I can find out. I'm in here with it because I don't care if I'm losing everybody, every friend here. I'm happy that the show is better for it. I'm happy about that. I don't care because what you think about there because I'm not staying too full of tape for you. I'm happy with what's on the show in here. So I'm glad that Howard didn't say I was least. And that's all that matters to me. I'm sorry.
So then,
it's Howard Stern.
Do me a big favor then, and don't take this person. Do me a big favor. Don't come to me anymore at 11 o'clock and say, "Can I help you with anything?"
I'll help you because
you obviously don't want to. You don't do
whatever you need.
You know what? I'm going to say this now. We were going to Vegas, right?
Right.
So John, we were all overworked. John came by, said, "Hey, can I do anything for you?" So I gave him something to do, but John doesn't stay. He takes it home. He makes phone calls from home, and then people call back here.
No, Howard, I gave my personal number.
If you can't stay here to do the job, I don't need you.
That's a lie. I gave my personal number. And did it?
It's just weird. Where do you have to go?
And handled the whole thing.
But to me,
emailed everybody.
Can I just say something? To me, if I need your help on a rare occasion, so if I need you, when you're not here, all I see is you and Artie eating lunch, and I'm thinking, gee, you could be here.
You know what, Gary? You go to the gym. I hear you go to the gym almost every day, have plenty of lunches during the day, and that's even a farce, and plenty of people behind the scenes have told me that
that you leave around 12 o'clock, go to the gym,
and come back and stay till 3 or 4.
No, I don't hear it's always that late. And you know,
how would you know, John? You're never here. How would you know?
People have made observations about you that say it's so hypocritical that you goof on me for for leaving.
Well, that's really interesting. Why don't we both take a week off and see how much the show suffers?
Gary,
separately.
I know you're important to the show. I didn't say you were least important, Gary. I know you're important to the show. I'm not saying that you're not important.
I think it's funny that
I still think you're the ugliest.
I think it's funny that you do nothing to help me, yet you yell at me that I don't do anything
that you want.
I'm
just saying that I care about
you won't do anything you want because you won't stay and help.
You do anything that I want that fits into your schedule.
Every day I ask him, do you want me? I'll do if he wants me to do something, I'll do it. Honestly.
But it's not because it's a whole ordeal.
It's not an ordeal.
It is.
It's not an ordeal. One time I had a doctor's appointment, to be honest with you, the day he's talking about. So I had to do it at home because I had something that was already, I didn't know it was going to come up that day. I had something important.
Right.
So I did it from home.
It's fine.
You're the most important.
I'm not saying I'm the most important.
You won for least important to the show.
Yeah, well, but as long as your vote wasn't me, I was all right.
You go home and check Lotus Notes and work on that?
Yeah, I've been trying to, Gab, but unfortunately my computer is down. I asked Jeff to help me out, and it's taking a little time.
My cell
How long has your computer been down? Years?
No, ever since I moved, the computer...
I never see you on the computer doing stuff.
I have been in the past, but I haven't been able to get on.
My cell phone's on in the car. I take calls for work all day long.
I'm not saying
I get home, and I take phone calls for work. I'm working on the show from home, too. I just don't think you have to say...
You're the producer of the show.
I think it's funny that... it's fine with me, but I think it's funny that you're taking shots at me that I'm not here enough when you wouldn't even be here to know how much I'm here.
No, people just come up to me and say, it's funny Gary goofs on you about that. And meanwhile, as soon as you're out at the gym almost every day...
First of all, I'm not out at the gym every day. I go to the gym twice a week. I don't take lunch. So there's days that I'm not out at all. So if I'm gone for an hour and I'm back... I mean, John, you leave at 11. You just leave. You leave and you do nothing.
You make the producer cash. I'm sure it's a lot more than what I make.
Well, guess what? It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's not. I know what you make and I know what I make. And guess what? It's not a lot more.
Wait a second. Are you including my show?
I don't know what you get paid for, but...
So what are you including? My salary for the Stern Show? It's so much more than me.
Do I make 5 times more than you? No.
Not 5 times?
Do I make twice as much as you? Probably not.
Probably do.
Probably not.
I think so.
All right. There it is.
Did we resolve anything? No.
Well, at least we got an FME.
No FME. You think that you're more important. Gary kind of feels you slack off.
I'm not saying...
That's what I've been hearing from Gary.
I'm not saying I'm more important than Gary.
I've heard people say behind back that Gary spends a lot of time outside the office, but I feel he's functioning.
I'm not saying I'm more important than Gary.
And you know what?
All I'm saying is that Gary has an agenda with me.
No, but
it's been this way since I've started.
I don't think so. I think he finds that you don't contribute enough.
He hates that I goof on him. And this is the way you get mad at me every
John, that's not true. I'm very fair.
Yes, it is.
I'm very fair about
I don't think that's
I do.
My big beef with you is your work ethic.
Yeah.
That's my beef with you.
You know what, Howard? When Jackie was here, right? When Jackie used to be the guy that would goof on Gary a lot more than me.
Okay.
Jackie's gone now. So now I'm here. So I'm the only guy who really goofs on Gary. I'm the only guy.
I don't think Gary's confusing the two.
I'm not.
I think he's saying, hey, there are times if I say to you, we're all overwhelmed, do you work from here so I can be a part of it and we can work and get this all done together? If you go home, you're removed.
If that were the case, then why has he said to me off the air when it's like, if I'm brutal on him, he'll say, yeah, John's always wanted to stab us in the back.
Oh, listen, I don't like that, but Howard's absolutely right. I'm not.
You're saying he has the ability to discern the difference?
I do. I absolutely
think he does.
I think I'm pretty fair that way.
Okay. I disagree.
And, I mean, how often do you come to me and say, instead of at 11 o'clock saying, what can I do for you?
I said, do you need me to do
anything? How about coming to me and go, hey, it's 11. I was thinking about maybe I'll do this or maybe I'll do that. Or I heard Howard saying this morning, Howard, we need more of this, more of that. How about coming to me with a project?
It's just like last night. Like, anytime I see something good for the show, and Howard, I know that you know this. If I see something good on television or I'm always the first one to talk about it. I watch TV at night. Whatever I can get.
We all do that.
I think everyone does that.
Right, but I'm saying it's not like I'm not thinking of the show outside of the show.
No, but there's things that you can do for the show that aren't fun.
And if I find out information about anybody, I'm the first one in here to do it.
Gary's saying you're good at coming in here and getting airtime for yourself. He's saying behind the scenes it's a little more difficult because you're such a superstar in your own mind.
Plenty of time, Howard, off the air, and I've come up to you.
You're not going to get the glory necessarily.
Yeah, it's fine.
Doing some office
plenty of time I've come to you off the air and said, don't even say my name on this, you know.
Really? I don't recall that.
I just did it today. I didn't even want the thing about Artie's pubes to be done. That was for me. But you know, but there are things that I do all the time. I say, don't say my name, because I don't even want to be, you know, connected to it.
But you're not getting the distinction that you don't like the non-glamorous jobs.
No, I don't. I'm not. I think Gary's a great producer. But
okay, enough of this. I'm sure you guys can take this up off the air.
No,
you know what? Here's the funny thing. I'm not angry at John at all.
Dominic, you're on the air.
Please do this tomorrow. I'm begging you. I'm begging one more day if this is the best of all.
You like this?
Oh, my God.
You know, Howard, honestly, it's just like I say this. People have noticed the friction between Gary and I. And this is not
I make no bones about it. There's friction between us.
So let me just give you an example. If I come into the office and just say anything, Gary pounces on me like a dog to a cat.
Like, I just find I don't agree.
He's completely annoyed.
I don't agree with you on a lot of things. I just don't. You and I aren't on the same wavelength.
It's not disagreement. He like pounces on me like I just insulted his wife.
Yeah, but John, he's your boss, but you don't even respect him.
No, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about.
This is not about boss thing. It's about, hey,
I saw something on TV last night.
No, the problem with you
Hold on, Howard, listen to this.
John, did you ever notice you're never wrong? And did you notice that you and Fred had
never wrong either.
Did you ever notice that you and Fred had a huge argument in the office last week, and Fred turned around to you and said, Gary's right about you.
Yeah. Oh, see, and I knew that would, like, this. I had one fight with Fred.
Fred argued?
No, it was over something silly.
No, John made a mistake. He couldn't say, you know what, Fred, I effed up, you're right.
You know what?
He had to fight Fred to the bitter end.
Here's the deal. I love Fred, and I don't think, and Fred's not like that. He doesn't walk around and just is.
What did you do wrong?
Let me just tell you these. There are two in a row, obviously, that I'm talking about just in the recent weeks, and it was just amazing. And believe me, people shook their head and go, what the hell's his problem? I went, and all I said was, you know, Kelsey Graham is like, you know, bitching that he's mad at you because you made fun of Camille's irritable bowel syndrome, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to a car to Kelsey, and I go, Casey shouldn't be so mad. Kelsey shouldn't, you know, be so mad at that. Why not?
Who said that?
I said, why not? Why shouldn't he be mad?
That's not how it
What if it happened to your kids?
I said, John, what if somebody...
It's like...
John's complained that people make fun of his kids or people make fun of stuff. And I said, how would you feel? I said, I don't, you know, listen.
His wife comes in here, though, Gary.
But I can disagree with John.
But his wife comes... Let's take up the disagreement and why John's right. His wife comes in here, talks about irritable bowel. They come in, they know it's a comedy show, they know it's a Howard Stern show. You hear that, some farting noises, they're laughing, then all of a sudden you hear they don't like it.
I'm not saying that Kelsey's rational.
You're saying that because you disagree with John...
But it was not saying that Kelsey...
John thinks you hate him.
But he pounced on me and then said, well, suppose it was your kids who had the...
He's having a disagreement.
Okay. But it's not just...
John, shut up a second. I'm not saying Kelsey's rational about it.
What did he fight with Fred?
Then the other one... Well,
I don't know what it was about. That's the funny thing.
I was wrong, and it was something that was just... I was doing my show. Somebody needs some information, and it was just a bad time because I was right in the middle of doing it.
So John gave Fred the wrong information.
No, I had it, but I didn't have it. It's stupid. I didn't have a state, but I had the city, and Fred didn't use it.
Give him the wrong information.
I just wanted complete information.
I think in Columbus, everybody knew it would be Ohio, so I didn't put Ohio at the Columbus. That was the big thing. Howard, then the other time... I'm in
wait, hold on. So Fred came over and he said, John...
Well, this is about Fred, and I'm not really...
But this is about you as a fighter.
Fred's right.
But he wasn't right that day. He's right now.
No, because I didn't know that I didn't write the Ohio.
You fought him to the bitter end.
I didn't know I didn't write it, though, Gary.
It was the weirdest thing, Howard. It really should have been... Fred said, hey, what is this all about? John said, oh, gosh, I didn't realize that.
Howard.
I'm sorry.
And since then...
That would have been all over.
Instead it was like... Well, everybody knows where that is.
But you know what?
Goes, John, what am I doing?
I'm saying I was wrong.
You're saying that now, that day.
Because I didn't know that I didn't write it then.
You wasted a lot of time arguing.
But it's just Fred and I.
He fights about everything.
All right, Howard. So here's the other one. Let me tell you this one.
What did you say, Fred?
No, what happened was I sent Jason out. I said, I don't have all the information here. Please ask John before he leaves where this is happening, because there was also two plugs. It was very unclear. One was about an appearance. There was a club, and then there's another thing that was like at a Bally's or something like that. So it wasn't clear that the two were related, number one, and I wanted to make sure that it was like Columbus, Ohio, and not like one thing taking place one place taking another. You know, sometimes that happens. And I sent Jason, and he gave Jason some attitude, which upset me a little bit.
Howard, because I was on the air. I was doing my show. Jason came in. That's why. It was
Jason came in to help you get your plug right.
I know. That's why I'm wrong.
Shaken up, and I thought that wasn't right.
I agree. Let me tell you the other argument.
Hey, let's vote. Who's the fattest friend of the show? Dominic, you just won.
Yeah, wait a minute. I have who's least important to the show. Tom Chiasano.
No, who makes the show bad? Tom Chiasano.
Who hurts the show?
Who hurts the show every step of the way?
Howard, can I give you an example? Because really, let me just get out of my system. I'm in the back, And you're saying that having $200,000 a year is not...
You know what?
Hold on.
You did that already.
Let me explain just one thing about it. So Jason and Will are going, that's not true. So I just said to Jason, of course it is. I mean, you know, I'm talking to Jason now. Gary comes out of his office. What are you talking about? Of course it's real. Of course it might. Oh, you're so
That's
jaded.
what John hears.
No, it's true.
I disagree with you.
But I'm not talking to him.
Hold on, here's how it goes.
He's not even involved in the conversation.
John goes, I go, John, I totally disagree with you.
And he pounces on me.
And John goes, what do you mean? What do you mean disagree? How dare you? Who could disagree with me? I'm the king.
Look, there's a lot of activity back.
If you disagree with me, you're stupid.
Gary, there's obvious a problem, and which is why when we did this poll, who do you like the least? You like me?
I have a problem with you.
Yeah, I know you do have a problem with me, so just admit it.
I did. John, I admitted it through every question.
And I have a problem with you, too. So
good. Let's go on vacation together now.
I'm not going on that vacation.
You're not going?
No, I don't want...
Oh, let's hear this.
No, I don't... First of all, I don't want to go, and my wife doesn't want to go. She's terrified of flying.
I'm not coming to a crappy party, then.
And Beth knows this. I mean, Susanna really hates to fly.
Right.
So they want to fly us to Amsterdam for, you know, not a lot of money. It's 3 days on our break. On our vacation, which I spend money to live in Babel for the vacation. So I'm just thinking, so over the weekend, this is before these polls, which Gary going to attribute the whole thing to the poll. But we were like, Suzanne's like, I don't want to go.
So now Joe's going to ruin it for me now, because if we can't go together, we can't go.
No, Casey, I already said I'm sure Casey would love to.
They don't want Casey to go. They want me and you to go.
Why?
Because of this.
Why? I'm the least important to the show.
You're important when it comes to being a spy and a pain.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But you just admitted that.
Which is on the air.
You just admitted that.
So if you cancel the trip to Amsterdam, Gary won't be able to go.
If it's going to cost Gary his trip, then...
Why didn't you tell Gary that? Because you know it would affect his trip.
And I don't think it will, but if it does, then we'll...
No, I know it will. I mean, they were very specific about John and I going together.
I'm sure they'll be happy with you. But if it's going to screw up your trip, then I'll do it. Because I don't want...
that'll be comfortable.
Because I'm a very thoughtful person. Just ask Rob.
We're going to take a break. Thank you, Dominic.
Could you stop this till tomorrow because I have to go to court now?
No, we're stopping it now. We're going to do the news when we get back.
Preparing his case.
Nothing to prepare. He'll wing it.
It's all done.
Right. Yes, Eric. Eric?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, Howard?
Yes.
You know, I think Artie should stop putting himself down because I think he's hilarious.
And he's very important to the show.
Absolutely.
Great for the show. And one other thing. I have an idea for another question for this little game of yours. If you guys could pick any of your recurring characters to add as a full-time person on the show, who would it be? Personally, I would pick that guy that you haven't had for a long time, I believe, Elegant Elliot. That guy was hilarious, and whenever he's on the show, I can't stop laughing.
Yeah. Elegant Elliot's good.
Beetlejuice.
Jeff the Drunk is great.
Favorite whack packer, essentially, is the question.
Right.
Beetlejuice, to me, always wins.
I'm a big John not John, what's the drunken guy?
Jeff
the Drunk, yeah. Yes.
But I don't
like
know.
to be regular.
High pitch Eric.
Yeah, that's a funny dude there, too. Al Rosenberg, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. More importantly, how are you doing?
It sounds like, baby, I'm selling advertising. I'm having a great time.
Great.
It sounded like the Twins needed a timeout there for a minute, didn't it?
Yep. Put him in that room.
Somebody didn't have a nap. I ran into a guy who saw you and the folks in Las Vegas, and you were talking about who's ugly, who's not. And the way he described it was like Frodo and the gang from Lord of the Rings. He said he saw you, and you're okay. And he said you were traveling with this pack of trolls, and there was Beth. And it looked like they had kidnapped the Elf Queen.
That's so true.
That's
he
good.
said it looked like they were trailing dirt behind them.
It's so true.
Oh, it is, yes.
All right, brother.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
The great Al Rosenberg.
That's funny.
That must have been a funny scene in Vegas.
Yeah.
Pack of trolls and Beth. We're the dwarves who watch Cinderella.
That's right. It was, or Snow White.
Snow White.
Yeah.
I will say, on the E! Show, when they cut from a hot chick on the couch to me, we don't look like we're in the same species.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the news right after.
Evidence from them.
You want to hear Gary and John arguing during the commercials, or you want to wait?
After congratulating the police on that great sting, I will listen to John and Gary.
Oh, yes.
This is during the commercials.
Oh, my.
That was Klingon. I'm sorry. What? Am I? On the TV? Hey. Maybe we're going to switch those buttons.
because Gary keeps saying it was once. It was at least 4 times. Where he take the mystery guest blinders and go into Jock Lounge and said to me, John, hold down the floor.
One time,
I swear to God on my life.
It's got to be like, I don't know, 14, 12, 13 years ago. I was really hungover, and I went in there, and I think I closed my eyes like during a commercial break for like 5 minutes.
Oh, my God. Howard, I swear on my mother's life, he took the mystery guest blinders.
She's dead.
He took the mystery guest blinders on a number of occasions, and Stein as my witness. Thank God.
Understand that this is 10 minutes in now.
Right.
I started taping at 10 minutes in.
They've been at this level for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think John's accusing Gary of sleeping during the job. And
I'm just saying that if that was me, he'd bring it up. He would still not forget it.
All right.
It's so weird.
It just goes on all through the commercial.
I think it's interesting that the way John answers the allegations that he doesn't work hard is to point out. He never says that he works hard. He points out that I don't work hard enough.
Hal, let me just say something.
No, you say he doesn't work hard, so he says you don't work hard.
No, that's not
turns
really
it around.
what I'm saying. It's just
that is what you're saying.
Well, I just had to figure out a way to get it out that Gary used to sleep.
Whatever. So Gary used to sleep during the show, but
Howard, let me
wait. Let it.
I have somebody else who knows it. He said, "Go. I'm gonna take a nap. Gonna hold down the fort." So hence now 10 years later, it's Joe. I do everything. And it's just he went from.
Here's the bizarre thing about you. Even if that were true, which it's not,
it is true.
You're now making fun of me for getting better.
I'm not.
I'm saying now I've become a good worker.
I preface the thing that it's okay to change, but it's
okay for me not to change. I should. But it's funny that what you were annoys the crap out of me. That's unbelievable.
I told you it'd be better for you.
He called you a slacker, basically, and now you're calling him a slacker?
No, I used to be a slacker, but now that I'm a reformed slacker, I don't have enough empathy for a slacker like him.
That's what he just said. I don't think I'm a slacker. I'm just saying it's just funny.
You know when we get people arguing on the phone and they start to get a lull? All I have to do is slip in a few words and it gets them all charged up.
I was going to say, you're like a conductor.
Howard, you know how weird this is? This is how weird this is. Gary's my boss, right? So now we got to be in the back there, and it's like so weird because we could argue here, and then we're supposed to be nice to each other back there. It's impossible.
I don't know.
We have to be civil.
She's made the transformation.
The transformation from what?
Because he used.
The whole time they're arguing, I don't even know what they're talking about.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't. I just watch the level of.
There is. Can't you admit there is a certain level of hate that he has for me?
Yes, of course. He's admitting it.
I'm admitting it.
I still don't hear it.
I'm not
He's telling you he does.
Okay, so I think that has a lot to do with.
I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't hate you. I don't respect the way you act and work in the office. Well, that's what I'm saying.
And that's fine, but I hope that at least on the air that you respect that I'm trying to do all I can for the air.
I think Howard respects what you do on the air.
Yeah, I don't respect what you do off the air.
I don't think he has a sense of what you do off the air.
If, like I said, if there is something I could do off the air that would help, the show, then I would do it.
All right, then Gary, you tell him what it is and have him stay here till 5 o'clock.
What I'm really going to do, and I'm being serious about this, because I wouldn't drag in other employees. We went through this in Vegas. We tried to bring John into the fold to work on some projects. We realized that it really wasn't the place. So I would rather that you didn't ask me every day if you can help me. And when I need you to help me, I will come and get you.
Perfect.
All right.
To not be, Joe employee.
John, I used to be Joe.
It goes on and on. You don't need to listen to this. Robin, I don't want to upset. After Friday's show, would love to see Baba Booey and Stuttering John step into the boxing ring.
That would, that would be great.
Love the heated argument between John and Gary. Who would win in a boxing match, John or Gary?
Who do you think?
John.
Really?
Yeah,
Gary was quite an athlete in his day.
Yeah, well, look at Cabby. Cabby couldn't even beat John.
Yeah, but Gary would actually train. Cabby didn't.
Maybe it's wishful thinking on my part, but I'd love to see Gary punch that stuttering fool's lights out. I think John would win.
Nah.
Don't you think John could beat you?
I would train like a maniac. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, I had the thought this weekend, long before it came in the email.
You did?
Really?
Yeah. But
I wouldn't be afraid to go in the ring with John?
No. In fact, I had a dream the other night. It was really weird before this whole thing happened. Or maybe I read the email. But I had a dream that John and I fought in the ring and that he beat me, but it was really close. And then we just took our gloves off and started beating the crap out of each other. For real.
And then you won.
And I don't remember what happened, but then I remember that we came to work at the office, and you guys couldn't leave us alone for 2 seconds. And as soon as somebody walked out of the room, John and I just started beating the crap out of each other every day.
That's a hell of a dream.
It's a weird dream, huh?
Yeah. Well, I know you were upset all weekend over the John thing.
I was. I would say that I festered all weekend would be a great way to put it.
Really? Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it just I don't know. It just came across as hurtful, and John was just throwing accusations at me to make himself feel better, and it just sort of hurt.
Wow.
And it pissed me off. And I was also saying, our office runs so great. We have a great group of people. I mean, really the best that it's ever run. And it threw the whole office into disarray because everybody came to me to say, I wasn't the one who said that about you. And then in the back of my mind, I am wondering who said something about me, not for the content, but just I think I've been so good to the people that work for me. I'm trying to figure out who stabbed me in the back, but I won't hold a grudge. And everyone's secretly coming to me, this one didn't say it. And it's just like now it's all in disarray.
Everybody's suspicious of each other.
It was we had this great office, and now we're all like looking behind each other's backs.
Wow. Had no idea.
That's the work of John.
Does Casey have another poll so we can cause more?
Yeah, the poll started it, didn't it?
And the funny thing was, I tried to explain to John, I wasn't tempering it. I was saying, of the 8 people here, we could live without you the most. It doesn't mean that you're not talented. It just means we...
Sure it does.
But it doesn't.
A lot of people would love to see stuttering... What is it, John? You want to add to this?
Oh, boy. Did he fester all weekend, too?
Believe me, I wasn't exactly happy about it this weekend either, guy. I mean, I'm not the only one who threw out a bunch of, negative things. You said tons of negative things to me. I don't know how you just take it I'm the only one who said something negative.
Well, no, but because, again, I'm not going to start this again, although I guess I am. Your reaction to me talking about your work ethic seems to be talking about my work ethic, which one has nothing to do with the other. And I'm trying to figure out where else in the United States you work for me. In other words, if we
where else in the United States is it okay? It's okay for me to goof on my boss in here, but then out there I'm supposed to...
It's a weird thing.
It's a weird place.
You burn a lot of bridges, and you feel like... you can say whatever you want about somebody and say, I'm just kidding. I love you. And I'm like, I don't know you love me.
Okay. Wait a second. You said tons of negative things about me. In fact, the whole thing was every negative, I think there was on that KC poll, whatever, every one you gave to me.
I thought you earned them. I mean,
from most annoying to pain in the ass.
Well, first of all, you won most annoying, 8 to
least
nothing.
Important. But I'm saying it was every one. There wasn't one fluctuation.
There was one.
Not really.
But mostly, yeah. And I think that when I think of what you bring to me,
like the least. I mean, I didn't put you in on half of those. So it wasn't.
It's meaningless to me whether you like me or not. I know how I feel about you.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm saying is I didn't start the whole thing.
I didn't start it either. We had a poll, we were honest, and then you got all upset.
Well, I'm sorry for getting upset by you saying, bad things about me.
I didn't say bad things about you. I had a choice of 8 people to vote for, and I chose you in some categories.
Some every single negative one.
Not true.
Pain in the ass, annoying.
You are.
Least important, the least.
You are.
Yeah, see, it was like every one, guys. So, and
but that's how I feel about you.
All right, so then but don't be upset about me reacting to that. I mean,
I'm not upset about you reacting to it. I'm upset about you questioning how I work and what I do when you don't really do anything.
Yes, I do plenty, Gary.
You do plenty on the air. But you don't do much for the office. And I don't
I will never attest to being the greatest office guy. All right, I'll admit it. I'll do whatever I can, and I'm not the. I never aspired to be an office guy.
No, I know that.
What are you aspiring to be?
Well, I mean, on this show, I'd rather, be on the air, obviously, and write jokes and stuff like that.
See, I think John's like an idea guy, and I'm not, again, John likes to come up with ideas.
I've written complete bits on this show.
No, you like to come up with ideas.
Interviews I like. The problem with now is every time I go out, the celebrities and publicists know me, and I'm thrown out before I can even get the first question out. That was something that I love doing.
Well, figure out something else to do.
Well, I told her I'd love to go on the Star Trek cruise. I love to do things like that, like different things that I don't have to be.
You want to go on a Star Trek cruise?
Yeah.
But we're not doing that.
And besides,
I thought you said that you wanted Janks to do it. I said I would love to do that and call him.
Well, he said he was going to. You have a job here,
Well, no, I'm saying...
You want to go on a Star Trek cruise? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I can interview all the people there.
You know what I'm saying?
So go ahead and do it.
Can I dissect this
for a second?
No, but I can't
do it.
Oh, you can't do it?
It's in L.A. or something.
It probably happens on a weekend. You'd have to research it, look into it, and go with it. John had a great idea, but it won't go any farther.
Right. No, he comes with the idea.
Well, you will now that I called you on the carpet, but if I didn't, it would just lay there.
Right. He's right.
No, he's not right. I mean...
Go out and do it.
Every month I get the Celebrity Bulletin. Gary puts it on my desk. I go through and see what interviews are good. I give it to Doug because I can't call up, myself. They'll recognize me. And then Doug finds the ones that we can do, and we do them. But I mean, Howard...
Why don't you do something else? You hardly...
Would you like an example of what I think of? You're in charge of the mail, right? You file all the mail away.
And anything I find that's good, I give it to you.
But I also think that you can go back. You have a lot of extra time. I'm thinking, gee, you could go back through old mail because the mail changes in the sense that when things change on the show, what we weren't looking for a year ago, we might be looking for now. So maybe you go back through the mail and you go, hey, this is a good idea. Here's a bunch of people when we do Queen for a Day next time.
I do that as I do it. I do it as I do it.
We hadn't done that.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. All right. What are we going to do?
Nothing.
I don't think John's ever going to be good in the office.
I agree. And
if he doesn't do what you want him to do, fire him.
I'm not going to fire him.
You can fire him. I told you that a million times.
And Howard, even the phones, is it not done properly? I mean, I do my best.
We gave you the phones because we can't think anything else.
Well, I mean, you know what? I've been here for a long time, which is why even like
you answer the phone. You do that good. You do that well.
You know, Howard, I've done.
I said you answer the phone well. I'm giving you a compliment.
You do it very well. You know what?
You answer the phone.
Gone for 2 weeks. It got done well as well.
Show us how you answer the phone. I wish you could build shelves. All right. The point is, you're right. He's never going to innovate. He's never going to go out on his own and do something.
Well, I don't know that I said that, but as far as our office is concerned... It's
and if you're going to have to tell him exactly what to do, and he'll do it to the letter of how you want it, but he won't go the extra mile, okay? If you're going to keep him around, that's who you got.
And I understand
He became a big star.
But, you know,
I understand that. I just don't want to get crap for what I do from that guy.
Howard, I don't walk around saying I'm a big star. I don't know where you get that from.
You're a star. In other words, asking you to do office work is beneath you. You're
what do you mean?
Star.
I answer the phones. What is that?
You have a radio show. You have concert appearances. It's very hard for you to settle down to a real job without any of the glory.
He's like asking Mariah Carey to do a radio show.
Right. Right. And so when you say to John, I'm going to fire you, he's protected because he knows I like him, and I like when he stutters.
But Howard, also, and Gary, you'll admit to this, there are plenty of things that you run by me before you go on the air if you think I think it's good. Sure. So you obviously respect my opinion on what's good for the air.
That's all good.
So you trust me, you know,
right, I'm still talking
knowing
about
what's good for the show.
I'm still talking about what happens after like 10:30 when the show's off.
That's been the thing.
Okay.
You know,
all right. So there was...
Can I bring up one more point while I was festering over weekend? It bothered me. You know, at one point I said to John, I'm not going to come to your party. And John goes, well, you don't come to my party anyway. And John doesn't understand. I haven't been at his party in the last 2 years, which he takes as a very big insult if you don't come to his party. And the last 2 years I've been at your party because I worked, and I like making money more than I like you. Don't take that personally. I haven't been sitting at home in Connecticut going, I'm not going to John's party. But if you don't come to John's party, it's a big insult to him.
Why is that, by the way? Why do you care?
It's not really a big insult. I swear to you. I mean...
Who's going to the party anyway?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, what is that? What party? So people don't come, it's better. I mean, it makes it a nicer group. Why do you want everyone at your party?
I mean, you have one party a year, so it's fun when everyone comes.
But what do you care if they come?
Because if there are people that I like, it's fun to hang out with them and get drunk with them.
See, that was one of the other conversations that I got upset with John about. You know, when I had a party like 2 years ago, John, like, literally picked it apart. I can't believe you're having a party without a band. I can't believe you're not...
No, wait. John, it wasn't only John. It was John and Howard and Rob and everyone else.
I wasn't there.
No, but it was the planning of the party. Remember we said there's no pool?
Yeah, but I don't need to validate myself by hiring Cheap Trick and inviting everybody to make me feel good about myself.
Well, no, the whole rap then was if you're going to throw a party, you might as well, you know, make it as entertaining as possible for your guests.
Why? I mean,
you should have good beer and good food. Am I wrong?
Let me tell you something. Scott DePace had a party that was perfectly fine with no band and just good food and friends, and that seemed to go perfectly fine. You didn't hawk him about getting a band and entertainment.
It wasn't only me, though. We were all saying it. But in your head, it's just me.
No, it starts with you.
It doesn't just start with me. I don't even know if I started that one. If I did, I'm proud of it. No, but we were always saying, Howard, that...
Once you've given the idea, we all say
so I'm working, Howard.
No, you were at the party, John.
No, this is before the party. You said Gary had invited you to his party.
I said
and we're all saying, but you'd rather be on the beach than be in Gary's backyard with no pool. That wasn't only my rap. That was your rap, too.
John was like, I can't believe you're not going to have a band, and why don't you hire people to do this and hire people to do that? I'm like,
wait a second. You hired the grill guys that I told you to hire. I'm trying to help you.
I'm talking about, like, you're like, get a band and get entertainment and get this. I'm like, I don't want to throw your party. I don't want to.
It's his party.
Yeah, it's fine, but you were goofing on it as well. But,
I don't remember that.
All right, but you are. And it's just not just me, but in your head it's just me.
No, because it's not just you. It starts with you. You start it.
I don't even know if I started that way.
All right. Look, you two have a real problem.
But But you know what? But you know what, Howard? You know, you've been goofing on
He's your boss.
Yeah, but all right.
You're not me.
But I'm not. You know what?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you've been goofing on Gary for like.
That's right. It's me.
No, and me too. You've been goofing on. But I'm just saying, I mean, that's the whole. You know.
But you can goof on me.
But see, he just gets so upset at me. Was what I'm saying. Howard. He doesn't mind if everybody else.
He's having a hard time with you, Mike. What is it? I think if you did more work, he wouldn't care.
I think you're right.
All right. Yeah, everything irks him about you. Yes, Mike.
Howard, $50,000 anytime they want. Get them in the ring. I'll put it up for the prize.
Wow. This guy will put up $50,000 just to watch you two box.
I'm in Pittsburgh. I'll do whatever you need. You get them in the ring.
Would you fight Gary?
I'd fight Gary.
I would fight Gary. I mean, it'd be tough, you know, because there are still things that I do like about Gary, unlike him, but, you know, about me. But so it wouldn't be as easy to fight Kev because Kev, he just, you know, despised me, and it was easy to despise him.
I got to tell you, John pissed me off. I don't think I could muster up enough anger for him to train for 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to beat the crap out of him.
So there's no fight?
I don't think so.
I thought you said you'd want to fight.
I dreamt about it, but I don't think I really... The reality is...
You know what the weird thing is, Howard?
I don't hate John.
Howard, yeah, this is the weird thing. And let me just say this. Gary and I hang out plenty of times, you know, socially, or when we're out and we drink together, and we totally like each other. So it's just, and then we come here and it's just like it's so much.
Where do we really hang around socially? Where do we really hang around socially? We probably attended one social event together.
When we do gigs together, we've had dinner.
That's not social. That's we're together. I'm not going to not.
But even here, you know, we'll go back and we'll have a conversation about our weekend. We'll have a conversation about our wives, our kids, and all that.
I like that guy.
Everything is perfect.
I like that guy.
So
but then he needs you to do some work.
No, it's. See, Howard,
he said he doesn't like
I don't think it's that. I think I come in here, and then if I goof on him, I'm telling you, he gets mad at me.
So what? I think that if you goof on me, if we were in equal footing,
this is the deal. I'm not going to goof on you anymore.
I don't want you to not goof on me. No. See, now you're misinterpreting it.
No, because
I want you to goof on me, but I want you to bring more work to the table. You wouldn't goof on me. I feel more comfortable.
You wouldn't be human to say that it doesn't translate into your mind.
He's saying he needs you to do work back there.
Yeah, Howard, I do.
I got to go. I got to move on. I've got so much to get to.
You know, I'm doing all I can the whole time. I'm not like, I mean, you know.
Let's broaden it. I need you to work from 11 to whenever and show me some stuff.
Yeah, and I always say to you.
All right. Thank you. Yes, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Joe.
No, these guys are like I was in high school with my friend Chucky. You know, we fought every single day of our lives, and we're just like arguing a point that's a dead pony.
Right.
And that's exactly what they're doing. And you can't have them fight together. That's all I want to say.
All right, thank you, Steve. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Gary to get punched in the teeth for ages. I think that John, even though he's kind of stupid and he doesn't really answer the phones well, I just think he needs to punch Gary in the face. I would love to see that.
All right. Well, we'll see if there can't be some sort of boxing match. Nicole Bass, the world's largest female bodybuilder. Did you ever take age drugs to get big? Nicole? Nicole is not there. Nicole? Robin, did you do something with Nicole?
I did not.
All right. Jim, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, I'm in Buffalo, New York. I'm sick and tired of you guys having an office meeting on the air. Let's get some entertainment back on.
All right. There you go. Enough said. I couldn't agree more.
Thanks.
Tony, go ahead.
Tony, I think Gary's upset just because he does all this hard work around the office, and repeatedly you always say that you prefer hanging out with John. So I think he's a little resentful that everybody loves John. He's the life of the party, and meanwhile, Gary's working the extra hours at the office.
Well, I know
I'm jealous, and everybody doesn't love John.
What'd you say, Gary?
I said I'm not jealous, and everybody doesn't love John.
Oh, who doesn't love me, guy?
Who doesn't love John?
Yeah, guy. You're mad at me for bringing other people into it. Who doesn't love me?
I'm not going to go down that road.
Of course. Well, also now I should walk around and question who doesn't love me.
Yeah, that'd be good, like I did this week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, but you're not a vindictive person.
Walk around and think about it.
But you're not a vindictive person, right?
Let's just say the intern who saw Gary going to the gym doesn't like John.
Gary, what are you reading, porn?
Yeah, I got a Playboy magazine sent to me by some guy who wants to have some girls on in some magazine called Looker.
All right. All right, thank you. Thank you, John.